Alright, it is time for a stream that is different than how we normally do things. I'm also just realized I'm not screen sharing on Discord. I should do that.
Oh, I thought this was one where we each fill it out.
Well, I want to, show it, so I figure what we'll do is, we'll do the, one at a time, maybe. Actually, I think I might know something I can do. Let me try something.
I already made one of these a while ago. I could share mine if I could find it.
What is this non-night mode shit?
I don't think there's really another... Sonny's back. Sonny with 100 bits. I told the doctor I feel like since puberty, I can only sleep when handcuffed. He looked at me and said, "It sounds like Arrested Development." Also, there isn't a night mode on this.
I mean, his bar up at the top is in dark mode, so you know.
That's weird. The one I saw was darker than this, I thought. I don't know.
Alright, so basically what we're gonna do is I have essentially 3 tabs here. Go ahead and just so we you're obviously not gonna notice a difference as I switch between them, but I have one tab for each of us, and we're gonna go through and we're each gonna fill out our sheets. So what we'll probably do is we'll do we'll each do one generation at a time. I should also probably get some music. Pokemon music, and there will be some sort of yeah, okay, here we go.
Alright, I got it pulled up on my end.
Oh no, I figured you would just tell me what your answer is to one and I would just put it in. If that's what you meant.
I think we have heard that, Sonny. Which again, are you not just Dawn?
Alright. So yeah, basically we'll go through each at a time. I'll do mine, and then we'll move over to the next one, and then Rhino could give the answers to fill it, and then Tim gives the answers to fill it, and we'll basically do each generation like that, and we'll keep going.
Okay, so it didn't actually take me that long to find my chart from last time I did this.
Yeah, but I'm also
let's see if any of your stuff is changed.
Yeah, I'm curious about that. But all right, so first off, favorite
Gen 1
Kanto normal type.
Gen 1 normal type.
Yeah, for me that's easy. Fire.
There's not that many options in Gen 1 Fire.
Yeah. Charizard, I know Charizard is the famous one, but I actually do kind of like him. I might go Vulpix just because I like Vulpix's look. And Charizard. Water, Kingler.
A lot of water types.
Grass.
Not as much grass, surprisingly.
Executor for me.
Electric, even fewer options.
I don't really know. I guess out of these, I don't really pay much attention to the Kanto electric types, honestly.
Not that many good ones.
I like Magnezone, but
pretty much all these guys had a variant or an evolution or something along the way, other than Jolteon.
Yeah, which I guess I'll choose Jolteon. Ice, there's 5 of them.
Yep, not a lot of options. I imagine Lapras is the fan favorite, or Articuno.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Cloyster because he saved our ass in the Pokemon Stadium rental randomizer. Fighting.
One of the worst types of Gen 1.
Poison, the most common Gen 1 type.
Fuck ton of poisons.
I gotta go for the notorious MUK.
If you're going with the I can't reuse a Pokemon thing, you could have gone with Gengar, but I imagine where you're gonna put Gengar.
Yeah, I'm going with don't reuse a Pokemon. So for example, if Gengar was my favorite Ghost type and my favorite Poison type, it still only goes in one, and I put my second favorite in the other or something.
Round.
Odd choice. I like Golem. Golem is the Geodude line is generally overlooked aside from when Brock had it, but I like Golem.
Flying.
Dodrio is my favorite flying type in Kanto. Dodrio is the top pick for me of favorite Pokemon that I swear is good and people just don't listen.
Psychic.
That would be... I like Alakazam.
Bug, the worst type.
Bug, Pinsir. Rock, Lord Helix. Gengar.
Only 3. Only
Dragonair.
3.
Missing now! There's no Kanto Dark types, so...
Yeah, they just put filler here.
Steel,
Only 1 evolution line.
Magnemite. Fairy, Mr. Mime, because I hate the others. Favorite starter, Eevee. For things like starter and things like that, these last ones, obviously repeats are going to be fine there, because it's not just types. Gimmick form, so all the Megas and Gigantamaxes.
All the new forms they got in later games.
Ooh. Kingler was like my Gigantamaxer in my recent Pokemon Shield playthrough, but like appearance-wise, I really like how Gyarados and Aerodactyl look. Butterfree also actually looks really good. I'm gonna go Kingler.
Pikachu has an energy tail.
Yeah. Favorite legendary, Zapdos.
Only 5 to choose from, and now your favorite overall of Gen 1.
Yep. I tend to get a lot of use out of Kingler in later games. Executor is also really good. I'm gonna go Kingler, honestly. Alright. Rhino, it's your turn.
Oh,
What's up,
Alright.
I was gonna say off to Gen 2, but okay.
Now we're basically gonna do each gen for each of us one at a time. Alright, Rhino, who's your favorite Gen 1 normal type?
Eevee.
Alright.
I'm gonna be the odd one out.
Who's your favorite Gen 1 fire type?
I mean, I know he's overused, but I can't disagree with Charizard as neat.
Okay,
Alright.
so we're all the same on that one.
Favorite water type?
Gen 1 has a lot of good water types. I'm going to go with one that I don't think of too often, but when I do, I'm like, oh yeah, and then I smile. Lapras.
Really?
Lapras is real good. Lapras was basically the taxi for Orange Islands.
Yeah. Alright, favorite grass type?
Give me just Bulbasaur.
Lapras also had the gimmick of in the old games you had to wait for a specific time of a certain day of the week for it to spawn.
Yeah.
I believe it was Monday.
Favorite electric type?
Bird! Zapdos.
Alright. And then for some reason it moves from those types to ice all of a sudden. What's your favorite ice type?
Articuno.
Alright.
Moltres being left out over here.
Moltres will be his favorite flying type, right?
So, on fighting, there's a lot of classics here. I do always enjoy a good Machamp, though.
Machamp is...
Pain in the ass to get.
The objectively best one of Gen 1.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, I just really like Hitmonlee.
Yeah. For Poison type, give me Nidoking.
Really?
Yeah, I like Nidoking.
His design is cool.
And he's a good TM user.
That's fair. Alright.
Ground
type.
Can't use Nidoking again.
Give me Rhyhorn.
Not surprised. Flying! Moltres, right?
No, Gyarados.
Not Aerodactyl. Rip.
Nah, that guy was an asshole in the anime.
Plus, also
I say that as Gyarados actively tries to murder people.
Plus, Rhino's favorite Aerodactyl isn't flying type.
That's true. That's true.
Alright, favorite psychic type?
Well, we're in Gen 1, so it's a lot of classics. I gotta go for Alakazam.
Yeah. I learned over the last year that, like, Gen 1, even though it was absolutely held together by duct tape and dreams, the Pokemon in it, like, nowadays, Gen 1 had a lot of really good and usable Pokemon. If you look at, like, regular gameplay instead of, like, the competitive scene that uses the same team for everybody.
Yeah. All right, for bug, give me Scyther.
So you went Scyther, I went Pinsir. I see how it is.
Yep. For rock, give me Kabutops.
I went Lord Helix, and you're going for the Traitorous Dome.
Look.
Yeah, Rhino and I are lining up a lot here.
All right, for Ghost, I gotta go with Haunter. I know Gengar's strong. I just like Haunter's design better.
That's fair. Like going through all this, like when I look at about the choices, I'm like just debating like between usability, looks, even just stuff like Pokédex entries and whatnot. Or even personal experience.
I will say, as far as mid evolutions go, Haunter's like at least a top 5.
Haunter is a really good mid evolution, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of mid-evolutions, Dragonair.
Yeah, correct.
Because I will forever be bothered by the fact that it turned into Dragonite.
Alright, what's your favorite dark type? Missingnode, Ghost, Skeletal Aerodactyl, Skeletal Kabutops, M, or Substitute?
I gotta go for the Sylph Ghost.
Dragonite's my boy, but I do have to admit that it is weird that it just fully changes colors when it evolves.
I feel
That's
like
why I like what Pokemon Evolved did to it, what they did to the Dragonite line. You'll see that eventually, Max.
I feel like Dragonite in general would be a lot better received if it wasn't so pudgy, and if it was blue. I think would be.
It is hard to believe that the elegant noodle becomes Barney the Golden Dragon.
Yeah, it is Varney the Golden Dragon.
All right, Rhino, Steel type. A lot of options.
Magneton.
Favorite Fairy type from Gen 1.
There's very little option here.
Just classic Clefairy. Worship the moon.
Clefairy. All right, and who's your favorite starter?
Honestly, Squirtle. Squirtle Squad forever.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, so specifically Squirtle.
Gen 1, it's only in recent gens where I started not picking the water starter.
That's fair. All right, who's your favorite Mega/Gigantamax from all these?
It's a bit of a cliche, but I'm getting it out early. I'm going to go with Mega Charizard X. I like the color redesign. I like the dragon typing. I like what they did with the design overall.
Admittedly, even though I like Quaxley, Quaquaval is not great.
I don't like Quaquaval. All right, who's your favorite legendary?
Classic Mewtwo.
For these last ones, you can choose repeats at this point.
Okay.
Okay, just letting you know in case you would have gone with the bird. And favorite overall!
Eevee.
Alright. Tim, your favorite Gen 1 normal type.
Snorlax.
Yeah, all of it. Snorlax would have been my second choice, but I'm just like, I can't pass up Eevee. Favorite
Chestnut
fire.
has been one of my most used Pokemon across the campaign. I have to. Okay, yeah, Charizard.
Charizard for everyone. Favorite water type.
Since neither of you two chose it, but it also is my favorite water type, Gyarados.
I chose it just not for water.
That's fair. Alright, favorite grass.
Venusaur.
Alright, interesting. Electric.
I actually chose Electabuzz for this. I think he's cool.
I do like Electabuzz. It's just... I feel like Electivire would be better if it was special focused with its stats, because most good electric moves are special.
Yeah, it is definitely weird that he goes from a special attacker to a physical attacker.
They just wanted it to be a counterpart to Magmortar, I think, but... Ice.
Lapras.
That's fair.
I also like that in Gen 2, the Lapras sprite was your Surf sprite.
Yeah. Favorite
I
fight?
also chose Hitmonlee for this. I like kicking more than punching.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about Hitmonlee. I know that, like, Hitmonlee...
Even though all the good coverage moves are punching and not kicking.
I know, like, all the good fighting types are, like, Machamp, Conkeldurr, Annihilate, things like that, but I'm just like, I just have a soft spot for Hitmonlee, and I don't know why. It honestly, actually, no, I know why. It's because when we played the Pokemon TCG, Hitmonlee carried me.
We also had a pretty good Hitmonlee in one of the Nuzlocks. I forget which one.
Right, yeah. I forget which one as well, but it was
one of the randomizers.
Oh, if it was one of the randomizers, then I don't know. But, alright, Poison. A lot of them.
I also chose Nidoking.
Alright, Ground.
This one's a little harder. What did I choose last time I did this? Okay, I chose that one. but I'm not feeling it this time. Let's go with Rhydon. Last time I chose Marowak.
Yeah. But
Okay, so
I have done this before, and my answers right now are probably going to be different than they were back then, just because it's how I'm feeling. Flying type.
Oddly enough, last time I did this, I chose Moltres, and I forget why, even though it was a year ago. I'm actually going to go with Pidgeot this time.
Interesting. Mega Pidgeot was pretty good in the Ultra Sun Ultra Moon Nuzlocke. I remember that. Favorite psychic?
Okay, I did choose Alakazam for this.
Spoons! Favorite bug type?
And Scyther.
Favorite rock type? Kabutops?
Yep, I did. I chose both the sword hand guys.
Favorite ghost? Do you want to go Ghastly so we've done all three between us?
No, Gengar.
Favorite dragon type?
Dragonite.
Yeah. Dragonite is not horrible, it's just weird that it comes off of Dragonair. That's the way I feel about it. It's kind of like saying like how Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts is a good game but not a good Banjo-Kazooie game, sort of thing.
Okay, I chose the substitute sprite because I like that one the most.
Alright, Steel type.
Magneton. What are you gonna do?
Fairy.
Clefable.
Alright, and your favorite starter from Gen 1?
I'm gonna say Charmander.
Interesting. Out of the I chose Eevee, but out of the originals, I probably would have gone Squirtle. Well, actually, no. Honestly, I tend to swap between Charmander and Squirtle for this one.
I like Charmander, even though it is objectively the hardest to use early game.
Yeah.
It gets shit on by the first two gyms.
Yeah. Unless you just grind it in Viridian Forest until you learn
Okay.
Battle Claw.
This choice I made, I still agree with. Mega Gengar.
Mega Gengar
Nice.
is really cool. Even though it's smaller than regular Gengar, according to Bulbapedia. Favorite legendary? Mewtwo. And your favorite overall from all of these?
Dragonite.
Dragonite. Alright. Now...
Used to be one of my favorites, but still up there.
Now, on to Gen 2. So let's see. Normal types. Gen 2, I feel like,
Gen 2 is going to be rough.
Gen 2 had, I think, the weakest new Pokemon out of all the generations.
That or Gen 6. It's one of the two.
Gen 6 at least had a lot of new stuff because of, Fairy type, and they kind of found their footing. Gen 2 was just kind of, padding out the Pokedex.
I think the dex in Gen 6 was also small because it was the first time they were making a completely new set of Pokemon from scratch.
Yeah.
On, models and not pixels.
I think Ursaring for my normal type. Even if it's only because I have a memory of using a Master Ball on it because I thought it was super powerful. Favorite fire type? Houndoom.
Yeah, Houndoom. Houndoom's really good.
Water. This one's hard for me to pick because Johto does not have a lot of good water types.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna preemptively do this, by the way, for all of us because there's only one option for Dragon in Johto.
Yeah,
And Ghost.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's a fair point. I genuinely like Mischievous though, so.
Yeah, but why is there only one ghost type, and why does Morty not even use her?
Because Morty is the worst ghost type user in the series, and I will go over this again, and I have to. Water.
Quagsire's good, Feraligator's good, Suicune is cool.
I like how just happy Wooper is.
Everybody loves Wooper.
Grass type.
Grass type. I'm sorry, Rhino, but grass type's pretty awful this gen.
Yeah.
What did you think I was going to say?
Meganium.
I
have a special Meganium in my heart, thank you.
I genuinely do like Chikorita's appearance. And
At
least adorable.
And I like Chikorita in the anime.
At least the good news is that Feraligator and Meganium are getting new forms this year.
Hopefully.
I'm curious what they're going to do.
Favorite electric type? I'm choosing Pichu, because I like Pichu in Smash Bros. Ice Swinub.
Ice, slim pickings across all these.
Fighting, Heracross, and I feel like we're all gonna pick Heracross.
Probably.
Favorite poison type? I mean, Crobat, honestly.
Yeah, Crobat stands head and shoulders above these
Ground,
losers.
definitely Donphan. Favorite flying type?
A lot of flying types. A lot of flying types. Gardevoir is definitely the coolest.
Yeah. Ho-Oh, honestly. I don't use it often, but I really like Ho-Oh. Favorite psychic type, including all the unknowns! It's gonna be Espeon for me.
Bug. Actually, some pretty good choices here.
Yeah. Hang on, how many steel types are there? Okay, no, yeah.
couple.
Scizor for my bug type. Rock? Again, it's a Pokemon that is not nearly as good as I wish it was, but I just like it. Magcargo.
Yeah, having double quad weaknesses hurts it.
Dark type, Tyranitar. Steel type, I would go with Skarmory here, I think. And then Fairy type is just a bunch of babies.
Well, there's a Zoomeril and Granbull.
Yeah, I go Granbull. Favorite starter? In terms of appearance, my favorite starter is Chikorita. In terms of usage, it's Totodile. But then Cyndaquil is kind of like a good in-between of them. That said, all three Johto starters are awful.
That's why they're all getting new forms.
By the way, I'm pre-filling out Gen 4. You and me need to take off the no repeats thing.
We'll see what happens.
Even though Hisuian Typhlosion is cool, we have a million fire ghost types now.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Cyndaquil. Favorite gimmick form? Definitely Mega Houndoom. Favorite legendary? Umbreon is personal favorite of mine in terms of dark type. I've been over my thoughts on Umbreon, and like I've softened up to Umbreon. It's not horrible, but it's just like I'm not usually a fan of Pokemon that are purely for the sake of being a tank, because then they just sit there and die eventually, and that's it. They're just stallers. I don't like stallers. I like if they're tanky, but can also still do stuff.
Gotta admit, the third Pokemon movie gives Entei a lot of aura.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I will be Papa.
Honestly, I like Raikou best out of the legendaries.
The only one who didn't get his own movie.
Yeah, still. And then overall favorite, I am torn between Houndoom, Donphan, and Mismagius. Donphan was just made better by Great Tusk. I genuinely prefer sorry, I think I might have said Mismagius. I prefer Misdreavus's appearance over Mismagius's. I'm gonna go Donphan. Alright, Rhino, your favorite, we're on to Gen 2 now. Your favorite normal type.
Alright, give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. Alright, Gen 2, favorite normal. I'm gonna go with Ursaring.
I think we're all gonna line up the same on that.
Big Bear! Favorite fire type?
Houndoom. Even though I barely remember it's in Gen 2.
Favorite water type?
Lantern. I will always stand for the Chinchou line.
Yeah, I like the water electric idea. I'm just honestly, it doesn't seem that good. The Pokemon itself. Alright, favorite grass type?
I did a kind of an early one on this, but the grass type in Gen 2 is kind of so I'm gonna go with Celebi. It's a cute little onion fairy.
I chose Chikorita, but I think Bellossom would be my second favorite. Alright, favorite electric type?
Mareep. It's a sheep.
It sure is. Ice.
I'm gonna go with Piloswine.
All these guys suck ass. They all get a new form.
Yeah. Well, except Delibird.
Hey, it got a Paradox, which is objectively one of the best ones.
I guess, yeah. Alright, favorite fighting type. You have 3 options, and 2 of them one of them's a baby and the other one is the worst Hitmon.
Look, when I was playing Gen 2 and they were like, here's a new Hitmon and it spins, I was like, that's neat. Never
But
managed to get it.
But then
Still
you
neat.
realize, oh, I have to use vitamins to even out its scores.
Exactly, so it was always just a dream. So I'm going to go for Hitmontop.
Wow, we can't be friends anymore. Favorite poison type?
Crobat.
Alright. Ground.
Quicksand.
Flying.
Alright, this one I had to come back to, but I'm going to go with Skarmory.
Yeah, Skarmory is a really cool looking one, but I a lot of the time, the Pokemon that is like, everybody likes, I kind of just look at it and I go, eh. Alright, Psychic type. Which unknown is your favorite?
Espeon.
So, E. Alright, favorite bug type.
I'm going to go with Spinarak. I like that it has a face on its back.
I kind of like Ariados, but again, it's bad. Favorite rock type.
Its design is really cool, it just sucks.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with...
I even remember the beginning of Pokemon Season 4 where Dawn got caught up in an Ariados' web and Piplup had to save her.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Tyranitar.
Alright. Ghost Dragon already done. Favorite dark type.
You can choose your boy that you've barely used.
He already chose Tyranitar, so.
Oh yeah, true.
I guess we'll say like we won't. I won't enforce the no doubles thing if it's like it's the only Pokemon you like, and out of the options sort of thing.
I'm gonna go. Debating between two of them.
I like how two of these guys had to get new evolutions in Gen 4.
I think I'm gonna go for Umbreon.
Alright. Steel.
Steel.
Caesar.
Two of these are part bug.
Caesar. Favorite fairy type. What's your favorite baby?
I'm gonna go with Togepi.
Classic. Favorite Johto starter.
For Alligator, he was my boy. I liked having little Godzilla.
What do you hope they make for Alligator's second type?
Who learned a dark type move, which meant he swept most of the game, and then I just taught him Ice Punch.
What typing do you hope they give for Alligator?
I know that it's like there's reasons they avoid doing this, but I feel like he should just get Dragon.
I mean, he gets like Dragon Dance and Outrage, so it makes sense. It would just be overpowered, especially on the water type.
I don't want it to be another water ground type.
I was thinking water ground made sense because, you know, it's an alligator, it just makes sense, but I could see why they wouldn't do it.
We already know, like, almost certainly Meganium is going to be part fairy.
They're not going to make it a dark type because Samurott was a dark type.
Yeah. Anyway, favorite gimmick form?
Wait, you did... Oh, wait, yeah. Sorry. Mega Ampharos, because I love how fabulous it gets.
I just want to point something out. I like how regular Caesar over here is just like, hey, I'm gonna beat you up! And then Mega Caesar is holding out his head like, hey, hello, my name is Caesar, nice to meet you. Favorite legend?
I like Lugia. I like Lugia. It's probably influence of the movie and nostalgia, but I like Lugia.
Favorite Gen 2 overall?
Lugia was the start of my fear of the ocean, so...
Probably didn't help in Pokemon New Snap or whatever it was called when you had to find one underwater.
It did not! That was bad!
No, that was fucking creepy.
Did not like that! Anyway, your favorite.
I'm gonna go with Scizor.
Alright. Alright, Tim, your
Gen
turn.
3, this is... Oh wait, no, right. We have to do me first. Okay.
Yeah, you keep forgetting that you're here!
Okay. Originally when I did this, for some reason I chose Girafarig, but nah, it's Ursaring.
Fire, Houndoom.
I'm actually... I don't think... Yeah, I'm gonna reuse him I'm gonna reuse him when I get to my favorite legendary, so I'm not gonna pick Entei. I'm gonna go with
Well, you
Houndoom.
would reuse it. Like, it's just the types that I'm like, let's try to avoid reusing.
Nah, but actually, I'm gonna go with Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh has always been really cool to me, especially since it showed up way early in the anime than it was supposed to.
Yeah. Fun fact: Ho and Lugia were both basically made with the idea that they would never be canon. Even Lugia was made by the guys that were like, "I'm just gonna make this for the movie," and then Pokemon was like, "We're gonna make that real."
All right. So I chose my favorite water type as Lantern, and yeah, I like Lantern's design.
Yeah.
Okay, grass. I actually chose Bayleaf, mostly because of how it was in the anime.
Yeah. Yeah. Electric.
Ampharos.
Good choice. Ice.
Gonna go with Sneasel.
I'm not surprised. Favorite fighting type.
Heracross.
Yeah.
I did this differently before, where I made it my favorite bug and I put Scizor somewhere else, but nah. This is definitely Crobat.
Yeah. Crobat is just good. Ground.
Donphan. Even though I love Gliscor, Gligar is a big step down.
Yeah. Johto basically introduced a lot of Pokemon that were like, this thing sucks, and then Gen 4 came along and was like, let's fix that.
And then 5 generations later, they were like, oh yeah, Dunsparce exists.
I forget about Dunsparce too, so. Flying.
Let's go with Skarmory.
Skarmory. Favorite psychic type.
Yeah, Espeon.
Everyone loves Espeon. Bug. Caesar.
Yeah, let's go Caesar.
Alright. Rock.
Tyranitar.
And dark.
Umbreon.
Yeah, I remember you really like Umbreon's design.
It's my favorite evolution.
Hey Jacob Baker, this is the ultimate favorite Pokemon picker. Me, Rhino, and Tim are basically going through and basically filling out the chart with our favorite Pokemon.
Even though it isn't very good, Steelix.
Steelix is actually like alright. It's so physically tanky, and its attack stat is still usable. It crumples beneath a special attack, but if you're using it in like a physical fight, you can destroy things.
Alright. Azumarill.
Alright, and favorite starter.
I'll go with Totodile.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's when Legends EA eventually comes out, I'm probably going to choose him.
I'm actually not sure. I'm probably going to go Chikorita, but yeah, we'll see.
And
Can it really stand up to Zalia?
For favorite special form, Mega Scizor.
Mega Scizor was pretty good. Favorite legendary.
Entei.
And favorite overall.
Oh boy, what did I do for this last time? Yeah, I'm gonna deal with that. Heracross.
Heracross is pretty good. Also, we have a soundboard routine.
A body has been discovered!
Heracross murdered someone! Right.
Okay, Gen 3. This is where it starts getting really good.
Yeah, alright, let's see here. I don't know why, but when I initially played Gen 3, I really liked Exploud. But, yeah. Also, I like that they specifically have, like, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Shopkeeper Kecleon.
Why not?
Oh, hang on, we have another one.
I got word of a settlement that needs our help. I'll mark the location on your map.
No.
You and Jero have the same reaction to that. Honestly, I do really like Slacking. It's so powerful. It has what I think is a fair downside.
Only 3 fire types, really.
Yeah.
Because every form of cast form shows up here.
Yeah, I have a soft spot for Camerupt. Water, this one's actually hard because, like,
We know which one here is the fan favorite.
Yeah, but I also like I really like Sharpedo.
But admittedly, there's a lot of good ones here. You got Milotic, you got Ludicolo.
You got Kyogre. You got the best of all, Love Disc.
Even Pelipper nowadays is popular because they gave it Drizzle.
Also good old Ludicolo. I'm gonna go Sharpedo. Actually, let me have a look at the... Actually, no, I think I'm gonna use Sharpedo for Dark. So...
The fact that I had 2 water ground types in this gen is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Fucking Relicanth, which you had to pick up to do the Reggie quest line.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Swampert. Yeah,
Grass.
Steelix is the evolved form of Onix, yeah. Grass type.
Not a lot of choice here, but some good ones. Got Ludicolo, got Sceptile.
At this point, I just like the joke with Ludicolo at this point. Plus Mirabee. Alright, favorite electric type.
Only 3 electric types, really.
Electric. Ice.
Ice types are not great here.
Glalie, I like how Glalie looks. Favorite fighting type, Blaziken. Poison. Roselle. Favorite ground type.
Oh, you got Flygon, you got Groudon.
Flygon. Favorite flying type.
You have Dark Lugia and Rayquaza and Salamence.
Oh, hey Rhino, can you please get that bot in chat?
I forgot they included Shadow Lugia in this list.
Yeah. I unironically like Beautifly, not necessarily for its use, but just because of how it looks combined with the Pokedex entry being like, it is ferocious and will fucking kill you. But,
If you don't want to do repeats, your only other dragon type after Salamence is Altaria.
And I don't really like Altaria, so I'm actually gonna go, well, I'll say Beautifly for now. I might change it when we get to Bug. Psychic.
A lot of psychic types, including every type of Deoxys.
I gotta go for Metagross. Bug. I don't really use it, but I really like the idea with Shedinja. Rock type, Aggron. Favorite ghost type.
Not a lot of great choices here.
I like Shuppet. I like it more than Banette. Favorite dragon type, that's gonna be Salamence. Favorite dark type, that's gonna be Sharpedo. Favorite steel type.
You've used all of them except for Jirachi and Registeel.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and switch my rock type to...
Cradilly and Armaldo are pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Cradilly. That's the one that I ended up with when I originally played the game. Favorite fairy type, Gardevoir. Starter, Swampert. Gimmick form. There's a lot of good ones. Yeah.
A lot of really good ones here. Because they got remade in Gen 6, so they got a lot of megas.
I gotta give it to Sharpedo. Favorite legend is gonna be Kyogre. And then overall favorite... Out of all of these, a lot of these are really good. I think I like Sharpedo, I think, the most out of all of these.
Bit ironic that your favorite is the god of the ocean.
Well, I had Sapphire first, so. Alright, Rhino, your favorite Hoenn normal type.
Oh, alright, let me scroll up here.
Regirock's my favorite rock type just for the, because of the noise it makes in the anime.
Alright, for a very specific reason, I'm gonna go with Exploud.
Really?
So, the reason is that for this, I became attached to this Pokemon because as I was playing the game and running back and forth, I noticed that the cameraman and reporter duo kept essentially following me around the region even when I was backtracking, and I kept seeing their team get stronger and stronger, so I saw the whole line of like Magnemite to Magneton and Whisper to Loudred to Expod. And it was a neat thing for me to fight these two people consistently just around the region and have them get stronger and stronger as I did.
That's fair. Are you sure you don't want your favorite normal type to be Spinda, owner of Spinda's Cafe, a cafe owned by Spinda?
No.
Favorite fire type?
They didn't
It's not
include
that many.
they didn't include the 3 million varieties of Spinda in the tier list.
Oh, don't worry! You get to choose your favorite Spinda.
Fuck.
We'll get there when we get there. For now,
For fire, I know
Not
it's
a
a
lot
little
of choice
cliche,
here.
but I like Blaziken.
Blaziken
Everybody
is
likes
good.
Blaziken.
I know Tim really likes Infernape, but honestly, I think Blaziken is better than Infernape.
The only place we'd have a problem is if you think Emboar is better than Inferno.
Oh, fuck no!
Alright, for water, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Milotic.
The only way Emboar is better than Infernape is a choice of which one to put on the grill. Alright, Melodic?
Yeah, I like it.
Alright, favorite grass type?
You've made it grow on me, and just all the memes from Mirror B, so give it to Ludicolo.
Yeah! Electric.
There's so much choice here.
Do you like Plusle, Minin, or being a normal person?
They did this in the same generation that had another electric gym.
Yeah, honestly, I'll just take Electrike because I'm not crazy of how it looks like when it evolves, and fuck Plusle and mine.
Yeah.
Alright, for Ice, give me Spheal.
He is just
Yeah.
he is just
Round.
a bulb. Fighting
And for
type.
this one, it may be a little bit of surprise. I'm gonna go with Breloom.
Breloom is not that surprising. Breloom's pretty good. It has one of the
Yeah.
highest attack stats.
Not a lot of poison.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Roselia.
Yeah. Favorite ground type?
Flygon.
Flygon, of course. Favorite flying type?
It let me pick it, so Shadow Lugia.
Okay. Alright. Favorite psychic type?
Honestly, Gardevoir.
I like how they added in the new unknowns for Gen 3. They added in punctuation.
Oh, I forgot that question mark and exclamation were added later.
I constantly forget that their eyes are just slightly closed, like, really? Alright, favorite bug type?
I'm gonna go for,
Volbeat?
no,
No, Illumise, right?
Ninjask.
Ninjask. The fastest Pokemon besides, like, legendaries and megas. In fact, I think it's just the fastest period after Regieleki.
Probably.
Rock.
I'm gonna go for Regirock.
Alright. I thought you were doing the cricketune noise at first. Whoop.
And for Ghost, because I actually put the effort in to find out how and to get this thing in my original copy, Shedinja.
Yeah. Favorite dragon?
It was interesting to me. It was like the most convoluted evolution thing I'd seen.
And you had not seen anything yet at that point. Welcome to Gen 8 with fucking Coffagrigus. Or not
Back in
Coffagrigus,
Gen-
Brunerigus.
Back in Gen 3, that was the convoluted one. Alright, for Dragon, I'm gonna go ahead and pick Bagon.
Really? Not even Salamence.
No, just Bagon. I like him.
Alright. Dark.
Absol.
Alright. Steel.
Metagross. I like how it's like you're essentially like getting almost like 4 times the things you started with.
Isn't the official next thing like Metang is made from 2 Beldum and Metagross is made from 4 Metang or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Alright, Fairy.
It's not a lot of options here, so strange enough, I'm going with Ralts. It has so much potential.
Starter.
I gotta go with my boy, Swampert.
Yeah! And favorite
Speaking of my boy, I like that his Mega just makes him get swole.
he becomes
So-
Sonic Boom Knuckles.
He's just like, "Rrr." I'm just like, why did you get so big?
So I can punch people!
So yeah, give me Mega Swampert.
I decided to look, and the 3 fastest Pokemon are Regieleki, Speed, Deoxys, and Ninjask.
Yeah. Yeah,
For legendaries, I gotta go with Rayquaza. I like the Green Dragon.
that's fair. I remember that I used Ninjask for like figuring stuff out to like be like, all right, this is the absolute maximum speed can get to in like Poke D&D, because I'm like, I'm not gonna give them a Speed Deoxys or a Regieleki, so
You're not going to give it to us, but we know where one is.
favorite Pokemon overhaul, Rhino? As like,
It's gonna be Swampert because honestly, until the gen where Primarina was introduced, Swampert was my favorite Pokemon.
that is very fair. All right, your turn, Tim.
Okay, favorite normal type. Swellow.
Really?
Yeah, Swellow is cool in the anime.
Fair
It's
enough.
actually really useful in the game too.
All
Fire
right.
type, definitely Blaziken.
Yeah, I'm glad we're all on the same page with that one. Well, I chose Blaziken for fighting type because I like Camerupt more, but still. Water.
Okay. Favorite water. Yeah, I'm gonna say Swampert here.
And grass.
Definitely has to be Sceptile.
I,
One of my favorite starters, even though it's not very good.
I really like Grovyle, mostly because of Mystery Dungeon.
Fair.
Alright, Electric.
So I chose all the starters because objectively Gen 3 has one of the best starter lineups.
One of the best? Yeah.
In terms of design, I have to admit Sceptile's not very useful.
Okay, in terms of design, yeah, it's definitely up there. I think, like, Gen 4 probably has the best starters.
Yeah. Alright, Manectric, because it's the only good option here.
Ice.
Regice.
Alright. Fighting.
I'll go with Breloom here.
Yeah,
There use Blaziken.
Breloom's pretty good. They're poison
Red-
type.
Roselia, that's the only good option.
Yeah, like... Swalot, from what I've gathered, isn't horrible, but still... Yeah. Ground.
Flygon. All in agreement there.
Flying.
Flying. I'll go with, I mostly just like him because you gave him a better form, Tropius.
Yeah. That
I
is-
wish they would give him something in canon.
But the highest compliment I can receive when it comes to the Poke D&D campaign is being told that the stuff that happens in the campaign has changed your opinion on one of the Pokemon.
It's true, it has.
Psychic.
Metagross.
Good old Metagross. Bug.
Armaldo.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, Armaldo's cool.
It just looks a little much to me. That's fair. Rock.
I'll go with Cradilly's pretty cool.
Fossils right next to each other. Favorite ghost.
Dusclops.
I am really sad that Dusknoir's shiny is just basically pale blue and doesn't look that different, because Duskull has an awesome shiny of being like red, blood red, and I wish that was what stuck with it. Favorite dragon.
Salamence.
Yep. Favorite dark.
Let's go with Absol. Absol's a cool dude.
I like Absol. I like Absol in general. It constantly, whenever Absol is like available, there's always just better options. Is the problem.
Yeah, a mono dark type that only excels at physical attacking isn't great.
And its main purpose is to make it a crit build. Steel type.
We'll go with Aggron here.
Good old Aggron. Favorite fairy type.
Gardevoir.
And favorite starter, Sceptile.
Sceptile.
Yeah. You have had all three types so far. Rhino has had only water, and I've had water, fire, and normal.
The only normal starter. Okay. Best super form here. I'm gonna go with... There's a lot of really good ones here. But I'm gonna go with Mega Sceptile for getting a better typing.
Yeah, I think Mega Blaziken also looks really good. That's probably my second choice in terms of appearance.
It was also one of the best competitively because they gave it speed boosts.
Yeah. Favorite legend? Black Mythic.
Attack form Deoxys.
Well, the only good form of Deoxys. And favorite Pokemon overall?
Sceptile.
Alright. I wish Dusknoir got the Blood Red Shiny of the rest of the line. Yeah, absolutely agreed.
Alright. Gen 4, one we all agree is peak.
Yeah, Gen 4 is really good, and so it's probably going to take us a bit to get through and figure out our favorites. Porygon Z is my favorite normal type from Gen 4. It's really good. It's a really good coverage Pokemon.
Not a lot of good fire types here.
Magmortar is pretty good.
A lot of water types.
Surprisingly, not many of them are good, though.
Yeah, admittedly, Rotom and Polion and Palkia definitely stand above here. I like Floatzel, I just wish he was better.
Yeah, I'm going to go Manaphy. Grass type. Alright.
Not a lot of good grass types here.
Roserade. Leafeon is really good at physical.
Like Roserade, Torterra, and Leafeon are definitely the standouts.
I've gotten a soft spot for Tangrowth because of Thorny Jail in the Pokemon Insurgents playthrough. Which literally just because of Rhino naming it that, because we have a fucking Tangrowth, or it was Tangela, whatever. That was like ground fighting, and it was just a bush of thorns, and Rhino was like, name it Thorny Jail.
Okay, I was gonna be like, Tangrowth and Tangela don't have thorns, they're vines.
No, it's the Delta version. I think.
I'll get it for you.
Yeah, if you can pull it up. I'm gonna go Roserade. I like Torterra, but I think Roserade is gonna be my top pick there. Electric.
A lot
There you
more
go, Tim.
variety.
It's in the voice chat span.
A lot more variety this time. You have two types of Pichu. I don't know what that is.
One is spiky-eared and the other is with a guitar. It's just new forms of them. I'm going Magnezone. Magnezone is like one of the best Pokemon for me, in my opinion.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Ice-type Glaceon, definitely Glaceon. Glaceon is the one that I pull out when I need to prove to people that ice types are not bad.
I just wish Leafeon and Glaceon didn't have such stupid evolution methods.
Yeah, and for the most part, they've changed it to just be Leaf Stone and Ice Stone. But yeah, it is annoying that they sometimes go back to that.
Fighting. Got some really good options here.
Lucario is a bit overplayed for me. I wish it was better, but I think my pick is going to be Toxicroak.
He had three good options and he chose none of them right
Actually,
now.
I'm going to go Toxicroak for Poison type, and for fighting... I'm going to go... Yeah, Gallade.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, because poison, like, the only good poison type, the only poison type I like is Roserade, and I already use that for grass. So.
Drapion? No Drapion?
Let me have a look at Drapion. Drapion is one I just haven't really used, to be fair.
It has really good coverage and stats, and it only has one weakness, ground.
It's not horrible, I just haven't really used it, so I haven't really gotten attached to it.
Okay, lots of good ground types.
Yeah, and my favorite is a tie between Garchomp and Mamoswine.
Like, Mamoswine's great, Gliscor's great, Garchomp's great, Gastrodon's great.
Rhyperior is also really good. I'm gonna go Mamoswine. I don't know what it is about Mamoswine, but it's one that I really like. Garchomp is second, though. I'll probably choose Garchomp for Dragon.
I think because part of it is Mamoswine was our ace in the Gen 4 Nuzlocke when I told you it can tank an Outrage and then kill with Ice Fang, and then you trusted me and we won.
Yeah, that probably has to do with it. Favorite flying type? Definitely Staraptor. Psychic. Surprisingly, not a lot of options for Psychic.
Yeah, four
No.
legendaries, Bronzong and Gallade.
I don't really like any of these. Mime Jr. is funny in the anime, I guess. Bug type, Yanmega.
Bug type is pretty trash in this one.
Favorite rock type, Rampart. Actually, no, I'm gonna go Rhyperior for rock. Ghost type.
Got some good ones here.
Out of these, Dusknoir, I think. Even though I wish Shiny was better. Dragon type Garchomp. They even have like Primal Dialga from Mystery Dungeon here. Jesus.
Yeah,
Dark
a
type.
lot of good dark types here.
Weavile. Steel type.
Yeah, this is definitely the best steel selection so far.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, Dialga. I really like Dialga. Fairy type. Togekiss.
Not even a choice.
Starter.
All the starters are pretty good in this one.
Yeah. I think Infernape is my favorite out of the Kanto, the starters. Gimmick form.
Not a lot of special forms in this one.
Mega Garchomp, definitely. Favorite legendary.
Mega Garchomp is definitely cool. A lot of people argue it's worse because it's slower.
It is?
It is slower
By 10 points.
to make up for having a higher attack stat.
It's one of those Pokemon that like people will argue is worse if they use it for like competitive stuff where like every single point matters and you out of the 1,000 Pokemon you have a pool of about 20 to choose from that are considered viable.
In the current generation, there are a lot of Pokemon that people use.
That's
because terrestrialization makes a lot of Pokemon better.
And let's see. There's a lot of ones I really like here. Glaceon. Glaceon's my pick for full favorite from Gen 4, I think.
Alright, Rhino, you're Gen 4.
Yep. Here's the normal types.
Alright.
Do you want
Scroll
God?
up.
Do you want the secret BBG of our campaign that's just sleeping right now?
Do you want or else?
I'm gonna go.
You want the beaver? He did choose the beaver.
Bidoof? Really?
Bidoof, because they were still necessary back in the time, just great
HM Slave?
great hidden move user.
You could have just said HM Slave, and that would have saved
I
us
don't
about
like
5
saying
hours.
that nowadays.
Alright.
He was very useful, and you got him super early.
I guess. I'm not big on him. Like everybody's like, oh, Bidoof is God, and I'm just like, okay, that joke has been
I don't go
old
that
since
far.
Gen
I'm just
5.
like, look, he was useful.
Yeah. Alright, fire.
Infernape,
Water.
Yeah, not a lot of choice.
Empoleon,
Torterra.
Torterra.
Well,
I like the start. I liked the starters of this
Alright,
gen.
so now
this
your
was
favorite
still-
ice type.
This was still. Get your ass back there and uncheck that thing,
What's your favorite ice type, Rhino?
Max.
What's your favorite ice type?
Mavaswine. Now change what that thing
Alright, what's
is.
your favorite?
No, we're not doing it. Anyways, I'm gonna give it to Manectric.
What?
Manectric.
Try again, Rhino.
Magnezone.
There you go!
Totally different
Magazine.
generation. Not even there. You didn't even choose Magnetric when it was available.
You said Magnetric with such confidence twice! And I'm... Fighting
All
type.
right. Fighting type. There wasn't a lot to pick, but I'm gonna go for Lucario. It is kind of the classic, and it is neat.
Alright. Poison.
Roserade.
Hey, remember when Pachirisu was the one that killed our would-have-been super amazing Roserade?
Yes, I do.
Cool.
Which is
Anyway.
like, how does that even happen? You resist electric.
At the time, it was still a Badoo, I think, and it was just... I think it, like, just got a crit or something.
It was because you were speeding up and not paying attention.
Yeah, but we were also just, like, grinding, and it got a crit. I distinctly remember it got a crit. Couldn't really have done anything about that.
Anyways, for flying, I'm gonna... Or was this ground? This is ground.
This is ground.
I'm gonna go for Gliscor.
for flying type, looks at Torterra.
Oh, there is a flying type in here.
I'm gonna go for Gliscor.
Yeah, that's fair.
I like it. He neat. For flying, we're gonna go for Togekiss.
Rhino, save it for fairy.
Oh, I did double up there.
So anyway, flying type.
Give it to Mantike.
Really?
Yeah, why not? He's cute.
Alright. Favorite psychic type. Gen 4 did not have good psychic types.
I don't know. It did have Gallade.
It had
I mean-
Gallade, but like one good one does not make up for two
Well-
babies, a subpar wall, a terrible mythical, and 3 boring ass legendaries.
Well, you may not like Cresselia's design, but it was so strong they actually had to nerf its stats. Mainly because it was just too tanky.
What's your pick here, Rhino?
Gallade.
Okay. Bug.
I'm gonna go with Yanmega.
Yep.
I will forever think it's Steel when I glance at him.
I keep thinking it's Dragon.
Alright, I'm gonna go with Rhyperior in his hand cannon.
Favorite ghost type.
I know you don't like her, but I like Miss Maggie's. I like their hat.
It's not that I don't like her, I just prefer Mischievous' appearance.
I like the hat.
I think if it was like the hat on top of Mischievous, instead of looking like an old hag or something, I think it would be peak. Anyway, Dragon.
Alright.
You have legendaries and Garchomp.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Garchomp because they combine a lot of fun elements here. Land Shark, Scythe Arms, Hammerhead Face.
So, sorry, Rhino, do you want Garchomp, Dialga, Palkia, Giratina, or Dialga?
Yeah.
Dark type.
This one was more just because there wasn't that many options. I do like Spiritomb.
I do as well.
I always forget they had 2 poison dark types in this gen.
Yeah, it's like, here's Spiritomb, who has no weakness. Also Sableye.
I said poison dark, not ghost dark.
Alright, sorry. Anyways, for Steel, I'm gonna go with Dialga, who I've always liked more than Palkia.
Same. Favorite starter.
As much as I did love my Empoleon, who learned flying moves, was not a flying type, and was the only Steel Water for so many generations, Torterra's grown on me.
Alright. Tag ground. It's grass. Their first time not choosing a water type. Favorite gimmick form.
Well, this one I was actually debating between 2 of them. I think in the end I ended up going for Mega Garchomp because I looked at them and I went, this thing was already the top and you went further?
I like how 3 out of 5 of these were fighting type.
Yeah, which, by the way, the other one I was debating for was Abomasnow, which I was just like, that thing looks like it's just going to explode with power.
Favorite legendary.
And,
Get a lot.
gotta go with the classic Arceus.
Good old God.
There's some good competition here, though.
Favorite overall.
Honestly, I'm still gonna go with Torterra, and I think Pokemon Infinite Fusion influenced this a lot.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Torterra.
It was fun
Torterra-
seeing what Torterra fusions were.
Torterra does have a lot of good fusions.
Alright. Your turn, Tim.
Favorite normal. Let's go with Staraptor.
Yep. Good pick. Fire. I already know.
Yep. Infernape. And just choose all the starters, all the maximum evolution starters here.
Alright. Alright. Electric. You want to choose Pachirisu just to annoy Rhino?
Nah, Electivire.
Electivire. I really like Electivire's design. Again, I just wish it was special focused.
Favorite ice type, we'll go with Mamoswine.
Really? I thought we'd chosen Weavile.
Nah, I like Mamoswine more.
Okay, fair enough.
And this, gonna go with Gallade.
Good old Gallade.
Might
Poison.
switch that when we get to Psychic, have to see later. This is definitely Drapion. Drapion's really cool.
I might try to use Drapion at some point soon, because like I kind of just overlooked it usually.
Favorite ground is definitely Gliscor.
I almost chose Garchomp. Favorite flying type?
Favorite flying... We'll go with Driftblim.
Riftblood. Okay.
I like his
Psychic.
design. Psychic, already used Gallade, so...
If you want to switch and like do something else back here, yeah.
Yeah. We'll wait. Let's go with Bronzong for now. Bronzong's not bad.
All right. Bug.
Yeah, on Mega. It's the only good one here.
I guess Bronzong is interesting in that 2 of its abilities get rid of one of its weaknesses.
Yeah, it depends which one you're more afraid of.
Yeah. Rock.
Rhyperior.
Yeah. I think, did we all... Yeah, we all chose
We did.
Rhyperior for Rock. And we all
Yep.
chose Yanmega for Bug.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's just a correct answer. Ghost.
I'll go with normal Giratina. It's really cool.
Well,
Well,
wait,
that's what I consider the normal one. It was the first one.
yeah, because I was going to say, like, this is technically altered and the other one is origin, but yeah.
I don't know why they did that in reverse.
I think because, like, this is the one that you fought in, like, the real world, and then when you go into the distortion world, it looks like this, but then it's like, well, this is where it comes from, so this has to be its original form.
Okay, and then definitely Garchomp for favorite dragon.
Alright. Dark.
Dark. This is where we'll go Weavile.
Okay.
Darkrai is really cool too. That one was close.
Steel.
This is where we'll choose Lucario. I'm pretty happy with this.
Alright. Fairy.
Togekiss.
Starter.
Favorite-
Inferno.
Yep. Favorite super form. Mega Gallade.
Yeah. Favorite legendary.
And then favorite legendary. I'm actually gonna choose Darkrai here. Darkrai's
Okay.
really cool.
And
And
favorite
then
overall.
favorite Infernape.
Yeah. Alright.
And then Gen 5, which is a bit of a mixed bag, but I think has more ups than downs.
Yeah.
It definitely has the biggest selection with about 150 of its own.
Yeah, it introduced more Pokemon than the original games did. Oh, and also there's the fucking there's the Pokestart Studios things here. So there's a woman's legs.
Yeah, just wait until you get later on in the list. There's some crazy shit. I only picked one.
I know, honestly, just because of its Delta form in Pokemon
Do you want one of the
Insurgents, I've
four-
started liking
do you want-
Meloetta.
Do you want
Sorry?
one of the 4 types of Deerling or Sawsbuck?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Meloetta because like Delta Meloetta is just really awesome. Like I just really like it.
Yeah, it's too
Yeah,
bad
so
you-
did you actually
Okay.
see what they were, Tim?
No, I haven't. But I will say, damn, there's a lot of good fire types in this gen. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh,
Tim,
no.
in Insurgents, Meloetta, the original form of it is actually a mime, and then the alternate form is a magician.
So which slot will Chandelure take?
Yeah, that's what I'm deciding because like okay, so Chandelure is gonna go here in fire. I tend to use Chandelure for fire more than Ghost anyway, like in terms of stuff, because Flamethrower is more powerful than Shadow Ball.
Water type selection here is pretty weak.
I won't lie, Rhino, I almost want to choose Panpour solely because that was my half of No Dames. If you remember that.
I didn't remember what they were. I just remembered the name.
Yeah, it was a Geodude for you and a Panpour for me. Because I chose, because my side of the name was No, and your side was Dame. And then we were like, well, you know what we have to do. Water types are kind of now. All of them are just ugly.
Yeah, this is a pretty weak selection. I think
Jellicent,
Duat is better, one of the better mid forms.
Jellicent I like just because he has this big bushy mustache.
Yeah.
He's not
even-
very
even
good,
though-
but honestly, between the No Dames joke and also its design is alright, I'm gonna choose Panpour.
Even the one legendary here, Keldeo, I think is the weakest of the 4 swords.
Yeah. Grass.
Also kind of a weak selection here. It's being taken up mostly by Deerling and Sawsbuck.
Yeah. You know, call it Stockholm Syndrome, but after the Soul Link Nuzlocke, where Rhino's Primarina was attached to a Ferrothorn on my end, and I had to keep it in my party for a while as a result, I guess I kinda like Ferrothorn a bit.
Ferrothorn's design is definitely cool.
Yeah.
And a lot of good
Would you like a door as your favorite grass type?
a lot of good options here in electric.
Again, it's a Pokemon that I absolutely love, even though I
The
know
fuck-
it's just not good. Emolga.
The fucking Tyranitar robot.
Yeah. Ice type. I'm gonna go with Beartic here.
Oh, not one of the forms of Kyurem?
Nah. Fighting type.
A
Conkeldurr.
lot of fighting type options.
Yeah. Conkeldurr is I think Conkeldurr might be right behind Hitmonlee, who I just like for attachment reasons. I think Conkeldurr might be my favorite fighting type in general. Let's see. Favorite poison type. Scolipede is honestly pretty good.
Goldpede is pretty cool.
Ground
A lot
type.
of good ground type
Crocodile.
options.
Crocodile. I gotta go Crocodile.
Like, there's 3 guys here I'm gonna have to struggle debating with to see which one I like the best.
I use Crocodile. Crocodile was pretty much the crux of my team when I played Pokemon Black for the very first time. I named it Snoop Dogg because I thought it looked like it was wearing sunglasses. Flying type. Not a lot of good options here. I'm gonna Swoobat. Favorite psychic type. This one is gonna be Reuniclus.
Not bad.
Favorite bug
Bug
type.
type-
Oh,
You got a Scavalier, you got Volcarona.
Crustle and Escavalier are the ones I'm torn between here. I really like both of them. I think I'm gonna go with Scavalier. Actually,
Would you rather him in Steel type? You also have Excadrill, Genesect, Cobalion, Bisharp.
well, I also haven't done Rock yet. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Scavalier here, and Rock is gonna be Crustle.
We know which one. Well, you already used Chandelure, so who is your favorite ghost now?
Golurk.
That's a good one.
Golurk is definitely my second favorite ghost type of this gen. And this way I put it here, which means ground was free for Crocodile.
Dragon, some good dragon options.
I blame Jero for this, Haxorus.
Its design is so cool that everyone thinks it's a pseudo when it's not.
Yeah. And honestly, it's better than that gen pseudo anyway.
Well, not statistically, but you know.
I know it was made better with its with King
Hydra-
Gambit, but I just really like Bisharp even just in general.
Hydreigon was so overpowered they had to invent a type to counter it.
Steel. Actually, do I want Steel to be here instead? I like the look of Zora, so I'll do that for Dark and Bisharp for Steel. Fairy, Whimsicott. Starter.
Favorite starter selection is Weak Sauce.
It's Embor, and that's like, you know, the shiniest of 3 turds, so. Gimmick form is Omega, a Gigantamax, and all the shit from Pokestar Studios.
The hell am I looking at, dude?
This is all just stuff from Pokestar Studios.
Why was the only mega? Why was the only mega given Audino?
I don't know.
Sorry, do you want legs, man, smoke chain monster?
I'm really
Other
hoping.
man, time machine.
I'm really hoping with Chandelure confirmed for Legend ZA that he gets a mega.
That'd be
A
really.
blimp?
I like the way this ghost thing looks. I think its name is Majin or something. I like the way it looks.
Yeah, it's one of the movie monsters.
Yeah.
Favorite legendary. There's a lot to choose from.
I'm actually torn here. Landorus is really good, but I'm also like looking at Thunderous because good old Choom beads from the Soul Link. I'm gonna go Landorus though. Overall favorite Chandelure. All right, Rhino, your turn for Gen 5. Normal.
Alright, Gen 5. I'm gonna go with Stoutland, big dog.
Big mustache dog. Fire.
For fire, I'm going to go with Volcarona.
It'll always bother me that Victini counts as an early Pokemon in this gen.
I still don't know why they did that.
For water type, I'm gonna go with Dewott.
The what?
Dewott. For
Right.
grass, not a lot of options, but I'm going to go with Spring Deerling.
What is that? This is the
pink
first one?
Yes.
All right. Electric.
I'm going to go with Electros.
Had a feeling. Ice.
This is a good one. Although I find it funnier when it has a little walk as opposed to just floating. Not a lot of options for ice, but because it amuses me, I'm going to go with Vanillux.
It's 2 ice creams. They're fighting type.
For fighting, I'm going to go with Virizion.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Poison.
I think it's called. Is it Scolipede? The middle of the Venipede line.
Whirlipede is the middle one.
Whirlipede.
Tim, in the grand scheme of things, Pokemon don't stay in their middle evolutions long.
I was gonna say, if you're saying Scolipede, you own one of these. You should know.
For ground, I'm gonna go with Excadrill because Mole cosplaying as Mole is funny.
Does kind of look like that. Flying.
I'm gonna go with Swoobat because his little heart nose amuses me.
Heh. Psychic.
Oh, sorry, not Swoobat, Woobat.
Oh.
The little
Woobat
one.
also has the heart nose.
Yeah, just give me Woobat though.
Okay.
It's a ball with wings.
For Psychic, I'm gonna go with Victini because of Victory Loop.
Good old victory loop.
For Electric, I'm gonna go with Joltik because he's a little guy.
You mean bug?
This is Bug. Electric was way
Right,
back
sorry,
there.
wrong color. Anyways, Joltik because he's a little guy.
All right. Rock.
I'm gonna go with Crustle.
Good old Crustle. Ghost.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Male Jellicent.
I never realized that when you look at these guys all next to each other, it looks like Golett, Golurk, and then it looks like Golurk evolved into something crazy.
Yeah,
All right, male
because I like the Pringles, man.
Pringles, man. Dragon.
Hydreigon because I like the multi-head thing.
All right. Dark.
Zoroark because little fox.
Do you mean Zorua then?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Steel.
I have approximate knowledge of many names. I'm gonna go with Genesect here.
All right. Interesting choice. And Fairy.
Whimsicott, the big one.
All right. Favorite starter.
Samurott, I liked it. Taught me how good bug type moves could be.
Gimmick. Favorite Pokestar Studio character.
Yeah, it's like Pokestar Studio character or Gardevoir or Audino. And I never saw it.
Did you just look at Garbodor and call it Gardevoir?
I'm slipping up a lot today, apparently.
I forgot
But-
that Garbodor got a Gigantamax.
I'm gonna go with Dark Mecha Tyranitar
Yeah.
because it reminds
What?
me of Mecha Godzilla.
Which of these 15 legendaries?
I'm gonna go with Reshiram because floof.
Regular Reshiram.
Yeah, he's
Alright.
not as floofy when he's fused.
Also, a lot of these are like doubled up on forms. Like the genies each have an extra form. There's 2 extra Q-Rems, and then there's an extra form for Keldeo and Meloetta. And overall favorite?
I'm gonna go with the Electros.
All right. Tim.
Originally, when I did this, I chose Braviary, but I've really come around on Stoutland. It gets a lot of good moves. It's pretty good with Intimidate.
All right.
This, Fire type, Volcarona.
Yeah, fair.
Damurot.
I really like Volcarona as well. It didn't beat out any of my other choices for Fire or Bug.
Grass. I'm actually going to go with Leavanny. I've come around on it.
Really?
Yeah, I like it.
Interesting. I always overlook that one.
Who did I pick last time? I picked Ferrothorn last time, but I like Leavanny. They're both quad weak to fire, so... Although one of them is also quad weak to flying. Electric. I'll go with Galvantula. He's pretty cool.
All right. And Ice.
Ice. We'll go with basic Kyurem.
Good old Q-Rem. Favorite fighting type.
Okay.
Do you want one of these Pokemon or just this guy?
We'll go with Conkeldurr.
Conkeldurr is really cool. I'm surprised you didn't go for Timber.
Scolipede. The only... Well, Amoonguss is really good competitively, but I don't like it.
Yeah. They're ground.
Okay. So many good ground types. I'm gonna go with Excadrill.
Alright, mole as a mole. Flying.
Flying. We'll go with Therian Landorus.
Alright.
And then for Psychic, I like Reuniclus.
Reuniclus is really good. It's often overlooked, I feel. It's basically Gen 5 Alakazam. Bug.
Bug. Let me double check my old list to make sure I'm not repeating too much. Yeah, we'll go with a Scavalier here.
Alright.
The Scavalier is really cool. I like it way more than Excelgor.
Yeah.
Favorite rock? I like Archeops, even though it has a terrible ability.
Yeah. Favorite ghost.
Here we'll go with Golurk.
Alright. Dragon. Dargon.
Haxorus.
Yeah. Dark.
Dark, we'll go with Crocodile here.
Crocodile's really good.
Yeah.
Steel.
Steel. Bisharp.
Alright. Fairy.
Whimsicott.
Starter.
Samurott.
Okay, I know that when we did one of the Unova Nuzlocke, you were like really hoping we could get Superior to be good, but it kept dying.
Yeah. Feel bad about that. Audino, because it's the only actual Pokemon here.
I mean, there's Garbodor.
Yeah, you can have
No,
Big
it's not.
Garbodor.
All right.
I don't like either of them, but I have no choice here.
Favorite legend.
I've really come around on Zekrom. Zekrom's really cool.
All right.
I think Electric Dragon is just one of the coolest type pairings.
That's fair. And favorite overall.
That would be... Who did I pick last time? Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Excadrill. Excadrill's really cool.
Huh. I don't really think much of Excadrill in my opinion, so kind of surprised. All right.
Gen 6, the slimmest of pickings.
And instantly we have a bunch of also the mega
Furfrous.
also the mega evolutions are going to be in all of these because this is
Yes.
where they appeared first.
All of the Furfrous here.
Yeah.
You got Diggersby, you got Pyroar, you got Mega Pidgeot.
Helioptile is honestly like pretty all right. Talonflame here. Pokemon Unite. Actually, hang on. Let me look at flying types. Yeah, I'm putting Talonflame over here instead.
Every version of Vivillon.
Yeah, so over here I get actually I like Braixen's appearance better than Delphox. Water.
You got Mega Swampert, Mega Gyarados, Mega
Greninja.
Blastoise,
Greninja.
Volcania.
One of my Smash mains.
Yeah.
Grass. I just like Trevenant, even though it's kind of subpar for a grass ghost type. I don't know, I just like it.
Not a lot of options for electric.
Do you want Heliolisk, Helioptile, Dedenne, Mega Ampharos, Mega Manectric, Pikachu, 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 or Pikachu? I know it's a repeat, but I'm gonna do Heliolisk again, or Helioptile again, because, like, it's literally the only choice.
Not a lot of ice types.
Yeah. I'm trying to avoid picking the Megas here.
I gave up after a certain line.
I like how Aurorus looks. I know it's not really good to use, but I like how it looks.
Fighting, a lot of options here.
Pangoro. For poison, it's Regalgy, I guess. For ground,
All megas, a few legendaries, and then Diggersby.
I think Zygarde. Psychic.
Lot of psychic choices.
That's gonna be Hoopa. Actually, Shadow Mewtwo. Pokken.
That's not a real Pokemon.
That's from Pokken. Shut up.
If legs could be a Pokemon, so could Shadow Mewtwo.
Megas. Do you want one of the million Vivillon or a Mega Evolution?
I'll just take Vivillon here, I guess, because I'm trying to avoid picking the Megas. Rock.
Vivillon here.
A lot of cool rock types. You got
Tyrantrum.
yeah, Tyrantrum's really cool.
Ghost. I think that's got to be Aegislash.
Yeah, my boy. The one who I hope to see in Legend ZA.
Yeah. Didn't they confirm it's going to be there? I swear we saw it in, like, the original teaser.
Let me double check.
For now, Dragon. Noivern's pretty good. Dark type. Back to fighting for a moment. I'm gonna change to Hawlucha for fighting, and I'm gonna put Pangoro under Dark. And then Steel.
Okay, so yeah, we've so far been confirmed that Gidu, Aegislash, Talonflame, Sylveon, Florges, Gumi, Litleo, and many more, according to Nintendo Life, will be returning from Gen 6.
Okay, I'm gonna switch Aegislash on Ghost for Hoopa, and I'm gonna put Aegislash under Steel instead.
That's fair.
And then Fairy type.
A lot of fairy types, because it's the gen to introduce it.
Yeah, that's gonna be Sylveon
Dude.
for me.
2 types of Xerneas.
Favorite starter? Fennekin. Favorite gimmick form? Jesus Christ.
All the megas.
I didn't know Jesus had a gimmick for it.
The best gimmick form. Out of all of the megas, I think I gotta give it to Houndoom. Favorite legendary? This would also be Hoopa.
I know
Yeah.
his gimmick form is all the paintings of him that are white, even though he was Middle Eastern.
Favorite overall from Gen 6? I've just got an attachment to Talonflame because of Pokemon Unite, but I think...
Talonflame is really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Talonflame. Alright. Rhino, your turn for Gen 6. Legends Arceus did not have every Sinnoh Pokemon in it, to be fair, Demon Lord.
Yeah, there were some that it was missing.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go for Furfrou. Just base.
Really?
You
Alright.
know what? No. No, give me the one with the hat. The green hat.
I think you get to choose a favorite... I thought you had to choose a favorite Furfrou in this.
Are we gonna do the bottom 2?
Yeah, it's
Why not?
comparatively. All right, so what do you want?
Green hat.
All right.
Hello.
Fire.
Delphox.
All right. Water.
Greninja.
Grass.
You're not
Chestnut.
choosing just. What? Really?
I liked all the starters in this gen. They remind me of like video game classes and such. I just liked them.
I did like the theming of them, and Chestnut isn't horrible. It's just it's a grass fighting type which has its problems, but it's usable.
I think it's neat.
I feel bad that Game Freak is never gonna acknowledge Delphox and Chestnut like they do Greninja.
Yeah, they seem to just pick their favorites. For electric, give me Heliolisk.
All right. Ice.
Ice, give me Aurorus.
Fighting.
For fighting, give me Mega Heracross.
Okay.
I gave up at this point.
Poison.
Mega Gengar. I don't need no legs. I have a third eye.
Ground.
Give me Zygarde because Snick.
Snick.
I'm surprised that. I guess they would have the new forms of Zygarde in Gen 7, maybe.
Yeah, they do. All right.
Zygarde, 120%.
Flying.
Talonflame.
Yeah,
I really hope Legends ZA makes Zygarde cool, because the original games failed to do that.
Hoopa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bug.
Mega Pinsir.
All right. Mega Pins was pretty good. Rock.
Yeah. Tyrantrum.
Ghost.
Almost went for Mega Tyranitar.
Because he said Tyran, yeah.
Aegislash.
Yeah.
Blade mode.
Dragon. Dargon.
Goodra.
Goodra.
It was like one of my first pseudo legendaries. I got fairly early games, so I could actually use them for most of it.
Did you figure out on your own that you had to level it up in the rain?
I don't remember how I knew. I just figured. I just learned.
Dark.
Mega Absol.
Steel.
Mega Metagross.
Fairy.
Sylveon.
Yeah. Starter.
As much as I was the guy using Greninja, once again, I didn't stop using water starters for a good while. I like Delphons because I like mages.
Which is fair. Favorite Mega.
I'm going to go with Mega Mewtwo Y because it reminds me of Frieza. And that amuses me.
Alright. Favorite Legend.
Never have seen this in game. I'm going to go for Zygarde 100% because the fact that they made something that looks like a fucking mech / kaiju amuses me.
It
Also,
looks like
it's in both Gen 6 and 7. That's weird.
Zygarde's full form is the closest Pokemon has ever come to looking like Digimon.
Yeah, it does.
Overall favorite?
Goodra.
Alright. Tim, it's your turn.
Okay, favorite normal type. I actually like male Pyroar. He's pretty cool.
Alright.
Roar.
Fire.
Alright, favorite fire. We'll go with Talonflame.
Nice. Favorite water?
Water.
I thought that was your answer for a moment. What's your favorite water? Water.
We'll go with Greninja. Greninja's a cool guy.
Did we all choose? Yeah, we all chose Greninja. Grass.
I already chose him 3 gens ago, so I'm not going to do it again. So let's go with Gorgeist. Lunar will be happy about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go with
Which form of
Mega Ampharos.
Alright. Ice.
Aurorus.
Fighting.
A lot of good ones here. We'll go with Halucha.
Halucha's pretty good. I love Halucha's shiny. Poison.
I still need to look at one point how Halucha's signature move works when it comes to calculations.
Let's go with Dragalge. Yeah, it's weird because his signature move counts as both fighting and flying at the same time.
It's pretty much. I think if you look on Bulbapedia page for Flying Press, it'll explicitly tell you how it affects every possible type or something.
Alright, ground. Let's see. Let's go with Mega Swampert. Bulky.
Yeah. Flying. What's your favorite Vivillon?
Man, I chose a bunch of the good ones already. Let's go with Mega Salamence.
Alright.
Basically cheating at this point, but Gen 6 isn't giving me a lot to work with.
Yeah. Psychic.
Mega Metagross.
Bug. Favorite Vivillon?
Mega Heracross.
Alright. Rock.
Tyrantrum. We all chose that one.
Yeah. Tyrantrum's just good. Ghost. I already know, I think.
Aegislash.
Yeah. Dragon.
My boy. Dragon. I already chose a few of them, but let's go with... Noivern is pretty cool. I just wish it was slightly better.
Yeah. Dark.
Dark. Mega Gyarados.
Alright. Steel.
Man, I already like used all these. Let's go with Mega Lucario.
Alright. Fairy is actually a lot.
Left key.
Really?
It's so stupid. I enjoy it.
Alright, fair enough. Starter.
Greninja.
Ninja. Favorite Mega.
Gonna go with. There's a lot of good ones here. Let's go with Mega Sceptile. I used it earlier on, but
That's fine. Favorite Legend.
favorite legendary would have to be Hoopa Unbound.
Alright. And favorite overall.
Aegislash.
Yeah. There it is. Alright.
Yep. Okay, Gen 7. We have a lot more to pick from now.
Yeah, on to Alola. Normal. That's gonna be Drampa for me. I love the old dragon. He's such a good coverage. Fire.
Some good fire types here.
Incineroar.
A lot of water types, obviously. You're in Hawaii.
Primarina. And then Grass. Kartana. Electric.
A lot of these are legendaries.
I like Alolan Golem. I think I like it better than regular Golem. Let's see. Ice, Alolan Vulpix just for looks. Fighting.
A lot of fighting types.
Marshadow. Poison. That's gonna be Alolan Muck. The notorious Alolan MUK. Ground.
Not many
Mudstone.
ground types.
For flying, there's all these Miniors.
Also, these several types of Oricorio.
Yeah.
And Celesteal at the bottom, just a skyscraper.
Not really a fan of any of these. I like the way Pom Pom Oricorio looks. Psychic.
All these legendaries.
And Raichu. Solgaleo. Favorite bug. Even though Vikavolt is the one that gets a lot more use, even by me, I really like how Rabombi looks and I wish it was better. Rock, that's gonna be, Dusk form.
Form of Lycanroc.
Yeah, it's gonna be a Dusk Lycanroc thing. Yeah. Ghost. Mimikyu. Dragon.
A lot of dragon types to choose from.
Ultra Necrozma.
The one you can't even use.
Favorite dark type out of all of these? I like the way Ash Greninja looks. Favorite steel type? Honestly, I like Magearna a lot more now after that Solding, so I'm gonna go Magearna. Fairy.
A lot of fairy types. You got all of the Tapus.
You know, I'm gonna do Magearna here, and instead for steel, I'm gonna do Melmetal. Favorite starter is gonna be Primarina. Favorite gimmick form here.
Yeah, you got Ultra Necrozma, you got Gigantamax Melmetal, you got the new variant forms.
I'll go with Alolan Muck.
This is the generation to invent variant forms.
Favorite legendary here.
This is when they just had a shit ton of legendaries.
Yeah.
Can I ask what the green Marshadow is?
Zenith form. It's just a style. It's just an aesthetic difference.
It just looks different, it doesn't do anything.
Magearna again.
Favorite overall from Gen 7.
Grandpa. Alright, Rhino.
Alright.
No normal type.
Yeah, you brought him up in my eyes, Drampa.
Alright. Fire.
I'm gonna go with Salazzle.
Water.
Primarina.
At this point, I should just scroll down. All right. Grass.
Kartana.
Yep, Kartana's pretty good. Electric.
Vikavolt.
And, ice. That's what that type is.
Alolan Ninetales.
I prefer Vulpix, personally, but alright. Fighting.
Beware.
Just for the name.
I like that it's a fighting type plush.
Poison.
Alolan Muck. I have rainbows and teeth now.
I think, like, the crystals are, or the teeth are literally crystallized toxin or something.
Something like that.
Ground.
I gotta go with Palisand.
Alright. Flying.
Toucanon.
Haha. Psychic.
Tapu Lele.
Right, yeah, you kind of leaned on that one for a while. Bug.
What the fuck is its name? The bug with the scarf.
Ribombi.
Ribombi.
Rock.
I like that it evolved and all it really did was stand up and get a scarf.
Yeah, I really like Ribombi. I might genuinely have, like, a Ribombi evolution or something like that in the next D&D thing.
Cutie Fly is like a beak, while Ribombi has a face.
Stop ruining my dreams.
Coming. 1 sec.
Alright, well, while he's doing that, rock type.
Midnight Lycanroc.
Alright. Ghost.
Alolan Marowak.
Really?
I like what they did.
I guess so. Dragon.
Executor. I am amused that it is dragon.
I still love how what a lot of fan games do that put Alola Executor in, like, the 2D sprite thing, is they have its head go off the screen and then come back down above back onto the screen.
Yeah.
Or have it bending over.
Some good stuff.
Alright. Dark.
Guzzlord. Ah!
I think I'm, oh no, there we go. It seems so stabilized. Okay, Steel.
I'm gonna go with Magearna Original Paint Job.
So this one?
No, the dark one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey.
Alright, any opinions on what I've picked so far, Tim?
Not really. Did you like original colors in Magearna over the faded one?
Yes, I do.
I'm actually surprised to see you like Guzzlord.
It's yellow amuses me. Also, dark type's kind of limited this gen. You get the
Yeah.
Raticates, the Meowths, the Grimers, or Incineroar.
Pretty much. Barry.
Primarina.
You already chose Primarina.
I'm aware.
That's illegal, Rhino.
Not any of the Tapus or Mimikyu.
This is illegal, you know.
You don't like any of the
Primarina.
others. You don't like it.
Primarina's my favorite.
You straight up don't like Mimikyu.
Fine, give me the damn rooster.
What?
Tapu
Give me the
Koko?
rooster.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Primarina. Yes, on my list, Primarina's on there 3 times.
it should be on there 4 times because it's actual favorite.
Technically, it's on there 6 times.
Why?
Okay, which special form do you like?
I like Alolan Raichu. It made me care about Pikachu again.
Favorite legendary. You can't choose Primarina. I'll just I'll just drag over a picture of Primarina onto.
I'm gonna go with Lunala. I like the design.
Alright. And
Primarina.
alright, Tim!
Okay, favorite normal type. We'll go with Beware.
Alright. Fire!
And then Fire. I actually really like Tortinator. I think it's underrated.
I am the Tortinator.
I like how it looks, but like, hang on, let me take a look at its stats, make sure I'm not forgetting exactly, because like,
It's a good typing, Fire Dragon.
it has shell armor as its only ability, so no crits. Yeah, it's very physically defensive, but it's also very slow, low HP.
I just think it's
special
cool.
attack is 91.
Yeah, it's not great statistically.
I like how it.
And then Water. I'm the odd one out. Golisopod.
All right. Grass.
It's really cool. Alright, Grass. Decidui.
All right. Electric.
Zeraora. I'm the only Zeraora appreciator in the world.
I like Zeraora. I just
Look,
don't.
I barely know the thing exists.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Even Game Freak doesn't appreciate Zeraora.
Ice.
Ice will go with Ninetales.
Rhino. Today for Show and Tell, I brought Primarina. Max, Rhino, this is the 4th time in a row you've shown Primarina.
Okay.
Don't you Jimmy Neutron Ultralord me.
Yeah. Fighting.
Fighting will go with Kamo.
Fair. Poison.
Poison. Naganadel.
That's. I've never heard it pronounced that way, but all right.
Isn't that how it's spelled?
I mean,
Naganadel.
Naganadel is how I've always heard it.
Okay. Ground. Mudsdale.
That feels pretty good. Flying.
Celesteela.
All right. Psychic. Like the fish, the toothfish.
Lunala.
All right. Bug.
We'll go with Vikavolt.
All right. Rock.
I also chose Dusk Lycanroc.
If you chose regular Lycanroc, we would have all chosen a different one. All right. Ghost.
Ghost. Let's go with Marshadow.
All right. Dragon.
Let's all go with Marshadow.
Okay, Dragon. I already used several of these. We'll use Drampa.
Yeah, Drampa love. Drampa has a I worked so hard to get a Drampa in Pokemon Shield. It has a 2% encounter rate in one area that is basically only available after like the 7th gym, and it has a 2% encounter rate during the rain. And it is one that you have to find randomly in the grass. It doesn't just appear on the overworld. So I ran around in there for an hour, and then, like, when I found a Drampa, it was female, so I had to keep looking, because I wanted one I could name Iroh. Dark.
Guzzlord.
Steel.
Solgaleo.
Solgaleo's pretty good, yeah.
Can I put a mental image into your head real quick?
Alright.
Guzzlord. Tie to your Guzzlord next to him. Wilhelm scream.
I love it.
Fairy type, we'll go with Tapu Koko.
One time they showed care for Zeraoras when they did those Zeraora raids to give us a shiny Zeraora in home after we beat it 100 or something. And they also put Zeraora in Pokemon Unite as like one of the very first Pokemon available in it, so.
He was really good for a long time for what I heard, but I never played it. Decidui.
Alright. And, Legendary. Or wait, no, other form, that's what it is.
We'll go with Gigantamax Melmetal. I want him in there somewhere.
Alright. Liz's Legend.
Zeraora.
And overall favorite.
Overall favorite. This one's pretty tough. I'll go with Marshadow.
Alright. And now, Gen 8!
I chose a lot of legendaries and Ultra Beasts in there.
By the way,
Honestly, looking back at this, as much as people complain about Gen 9, I liked a lot of the Pokemon that were added.
The Pokemon that were added in Gen 9 were really good. The problem people had with Gen 9 was just based in, like, appearance of the game itself and how it ran. And I still say a lot of those were exaggerated, but I do agree it does not look really good, and Pokemon Sword and Shield is better.
Yeah, Gen 9 introduced a lot of really good Pokemon. It just didn't run very well.
Also, by the way, Gen 8 here is also going to have the Legends Arceus Pokemon.
Yep, and also all the Gigantamaxes, in case you want any of those.
Yeah, I'm gonna go weird here. I don't really use it much, but I like that they finally did something for Sandler. Fire.
Fire.
I like Centiskorch.
He's pretty good.
He does have a mustache.
Water. I think I've told the story about why I like Barrascuda. I was like feeling sick and just kind of not really in like a good spot mentally when I was playing like a Pokemon ROM or something, and I was like trying to fill out the Pokedex, so I was like evolving Pokemon and then releasing them to have room in my PC. So as I was releasing them, I tried to release Barrascuda, and Barrascuda would not be released, and it came back and said, Barrascuda came back, it was worried about you. And because, like, it was the only Pokemon I had that knew Dive, because it learned it naturally, and the game doesn't let you get rid of, like, the last Pokemon that has an HM move. But, like, at the time, it just kind of, like, made me pause for a moment, and I don't know, it's stupid, but... Grass... I just like, Electrode. I like a Hisuian Electrode. Electric.
I'm wood now.
That's my attack. Electric, Dracozolt. Ice.
This is like the most ice variety of anything up to this point.
Yeah. I like Mr. Rhyme.
They've both forms of Ice Cube and both forms of
Last
the
year.
Ice Horse. Yeah, Glastrier. And also both Darmanitans are in there too.
Fighting. They have three separate Zamazentas in here.
Yeah, I don't get that.
And also every type of Urshifu.
Hang on, let me actually see if I can. Why do they have like three of them?
Why does Zamazenta have 3 forms and not 2?
Because there's Hero of Many Battles, which is the first one. Crowned Shield is wait, hang on. Is it? No, it can't be like a.
Does it have a Gigantamax form that's different from its crown form?
No. I'm looking at it. It's just basic. It doesn't have a. But I could definitely tell. Like, it looks a bit different. Oh wait, hang on. Let me see here. Hang on, let me check where's Fairy? Oh, okay. It's basically their regular form, but it's like it's the form they slightly change into when they're using their signature move.
Yeah.
It's stupid. But anyway. I like the Reese's Puffs. In fact, I'm going to specifically make that one shiny. Poison.
A lot of poison types.
I do like Wheezing Dimmadome. Ground. Gonna give
Not
this
a lot of choice.
I'm gonna give this one to Ursaluna. For flying. It's so stupid.
Corviknight.
It's so stupid, but I just like Cramorant.
There's 3 Cramorants in there.
Well, yeah, it's regular and then gulping and gorging. Psychic type. Even though it's honestly not that good overall, I really like Hisuian Braviary. And And then, let's see. Bug-wise, Cleavor! For rock, I gotta go with Stonejourner. Let's see. Ghost type. Cursula.
Oh. Really? Not like Dragapult unless you're saving that.
I'm not a big fan of Dragapult, honestly. Dragon.
Well, you got all the different types of Applin. You got the fossils. You got Duraludon.
I do like Goodra, Hisuian Goodra being a snail. Dark. I wish it was better, but overall I do like more Peko. Steel, Copperaja. Definitely Copperaja. Fairy.
You got Grimmsnarl, you got Zacian.
I like Alcremie mostly because of what Rhino did with it.
Yeah.
You got the Hisuian starters in here.
I'm gonna go with Scorbunny, I guess, out of these. What makes you sad, Sylvia? Also for variant form.
You got the Gigantamaxes and the Hisuians.
And the Galarians as well. I'm gonna go with Gigantamax Copperaja.
Favorite legendary, there are many.
For this one, I'm gonna choose.
Fucking both types of Zarude when one just has a scarf.
It's literally called Dada Zarude. The existence of Pokemon Infinite Fusion means Pokemon Fusion will probably never become a legit mechanic outside of Kyurem. I mean, we don't know for sure, but admittedly, I don't think I would enjoy that being part of the main games. I like it just being a fun fan thing.
Yeah, I like that
Yeah.
fan game. I like that fan games means we get meme and reference fusions.
I like
Calyrex Shadow Rider.
yeah, Shadow Rider, that's what it's called. And then overall favorite from Galar. Copperaja. Alright.
Really? You haven't even used it in the D&D.
I mean, I think I used it a couple times, but like also Steel type generally doesn't come up much. I don't know, I just like it. It's really tanky and really strong. Alright. Rhino. Normal.
Alright, we are on Gen 8.
Yep.
Yep.
Let me make sure I didn't double up. Okay, I did not. Obstagoon.
Alright. Interesting. Fire.
Hisuian Typhlosion.
That's fair. I kind of like it, but like Tim said, we already got enough ghost fire types.
Yeah,
Water.
we had
Antelion.
Blacephalon, Chandelure. We later get Ceruledge.
Grass type.
Flapple.
Flapple. Electric.
The
Toxtricity?
yeah, Toxtricity, yellow.
Which one? Okay.
Yellow, okay.
Yeah, I prefer the yellow form too.
Yeah, is it? Hang on. Let me actually look something up, because if I recall...
It's completely
Yellow
random
is
which
just
form you
better.
get. It's completely random which form you get, I believe. There's no way to tell.
It's based on their nature, but changing their nature with, like, an herb or something does not, do anything. But, like, hang on. There's specifically something here that I'm trying to, Right. Low-key form... The only difference between them in terms of, like, the moves they learn is that low-key form, the blue one, learns Magnetic Flux, which raises the defense and special defense stats of allied Pokemon with the ability plus or minus. Whereas, Amped form, the yellow one, gets Shift Gear, which increases the user's speed by 2 stages and attack by 1. So it is just objectively better.
Yep,
What did you say was your favorite ice?
I did.
Oh, what is your favorite ice?
I forget what it's called. The Snom evolution.
Frostmoth.
Yeah, that.
Fighting.
The boys.
Racist buff. Poison.
Galarian Wheezing. I love their hats that are Doug Dimmadome, and I love their mustaches. For
Ground.
ground, give me Ursaluna.
Yeah, I also agree, Demon Lord. There was no need to make Skeletor's a fire ghost type.
Oh yeah, Skeletorge too. So we got Skeletorge and Ceruledge in the same gen.
Yeah. Flying type.
Corviknight.
Alright, fair enough. I still say it looks like it could be a dark type.
It's made of dark metal.
Psychic.
Orbeetle.
Alright. Bug
I like
type.
it.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Bug type.
Cleavor.
Cleavor!
Yeah, first boss of Legends Arceus.
Rock type.
Roly Coly. I wanted to become a train.
Alright. Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost.
Hisuian Zorua.
The
I'm
curly
hearing
top.
What I'm hearing is those who came after Hisuian Typhlosion are the cause of the bloat. Kind of, yeah, but also Hisuian Typhlosion in general isn't that good, because it's just regular Typhlosion now with Ghost type, and regular Typhlosion is pretty bad.
I also don't like the theming of it as much as Hisuian, Decidueye, and Samurott.
Right. Dragon.
Dragavolt. Go, my children.
Dark.
Galarian Moltres. I like the color switch.
It does look really good. Steel.
Berserker. Because it did not expect it to not evolve into some form of Persian. It says just, fuck it, I have a helmet now.
The fact that it is literally called the Viking Pokemon.
Yeah.
Fairy.
All creamy, strawberry flavor.
There's only the one flavor here, Rhino. You choose the favorite flavor down there.
Sorry.
Starter.
I like Grookey's attitude.
Sorry, hang on. Hey Max, if regular Typhlosion is pretty bad, what? So is Charizard. Charizard at least is part flying type, which helps it out. It gives it immunity to like one of Fire's biggest weaknesses.
Also, we can't use Typhlosion anymore. He got canceled last year.
Favorite gimmick form, so Gigantamax, Galarian form /
Hisuian form.
Yeah,
Eternatus Eternamax because it's Master Hand.
fair enough.
The strongest Pokemon in existence.
Alright, and favorite legendary.
Shadow Rider Califrex.
Yeah.
Oh, you both like Calyrex Shadow.
Yeah. And favorite overall.
Galarian Weezing.
Interesting, alright.
Didn't expect that.
Alright,
Right.
Tim, normal.
Ursaluna.
Alright. Fire!
Dentiscorch.
Yep. Water!
What did I do last time for this? I don't want to do that this time. Let's go with Dracovish. I think that's the left
Dracovish is
one.
that. Yeah. I don't pay as much attention to the Vishes as the Zolts. Grass.
Rillaboom.
I know Hisuian Typhlosion is better than regular Typhlosion, but it's still, like, not that good overall. It's absolutely nowhere close to being the best Fire Ghost type. I think every other Fire Ghost type we currently have, at least the fully evolved versions, are better than Hisuian Typhlosion. Electric. Thunder!
Yellow Toxtricity.
Ice.
Let's go with... What's that fucking thing called with the snot running down its nose? Arctozolt.
I was about to say Cubchoo.
Oh! You like the one that is forced to live in eternal torment and pain.
That's relatable.
Fighting.
There's a lot of good ones here. I'm gonna go with Dark Urshifu.
Alright.
Dark
Poison.
Shifu.
Neasler.
Sneasler. Ground.
Let's go with Sandaconda.
Flying.
Corviknight.
Corviknight's really good. Psychic.
For this one, let's do I like Orbeetle. Orbeetle's cool.
Yep. Bug. You also gonna pick
Cleavor.
Yeah, Cleavor.
I already used the other good bugs.
Rock.
I like Dreadnought.
Alright. Fair enough.
It's fair enough.
Ghost.
For this one, let's go with Dragapult.
I know, Sylvia, I know I'm biased because she had lore, but also I even think, like, Cerulege, Blacephalon, and Skeledirge are better Fire Ghost types than Hisuian and Typhlosion, and I don't even really like Skeledirge that much.
Skeledirge is fucking broken because it gets Torch Song.
Removing Cerulege
Okay.
from the combo because it's semis. That's not a thing, Sylvia!
Okay, let's go with Duraludon.
Dark.
Dark. I like to retract from earlier. Change fighting to Phalanx, and this one can be Dark Urshifu.
Okay. Oop. Steel.
And then Steel. Let's do Sword Form Zacian.
Alright, do you want with the regular sword or the big sword?
Regular sword, it looks better.
It doesn't look like a fish. And fairy.
Grimmsnarl.
Yeah. Starter.
I'm actually gonna go with Hisuian Decidueye here. I like it.
That's fair. This.
Okay, special form, special form. I actually really like what they did with Zapdos here.
So,
How they made it.
Galarian Zapdos.
Yeah, how they made it an ostrich.
Yeah. Alright. Favorite legendary.
Favorite legendary. Let's go with.
The fuck you want to call a Pokemon that has a version exclusive form and is a fucking one of per playthrough. Because those ain't normal Pokemon either. Lapras? Snorlax?
I'll go with Urshifu again.
Sometimes there are just Pokemon that are like that. Because like that would also be like Togepi. Or anything you get from an egg. Sorry, what did you choose? Sorry.
Urshifu again.
Okay.
And then favorite overall of Gen 8. What did I do last time? Yeah, I'm cool with that. Let's do Toxtricity.
Okay.
Oh.
Alright. And
Gen
now
9, up to modern day.
Yep. Alright.
You got some good ones here. You got Cyclizar, Farigiraf, Ursaluna Blood Moon, Mousehold.
I really like how Ursaluna Blood Moon looks. I don't like that they made it a special attacker, because its entire arsenal is physical attacks. They literally just did that and then gave it one attack that is special. Fire.
Got some good ones here. Cerulege, Armarouge, all of the Paradoxes.
I'm gonna go with Armarouge. Water. I like it. I like Tatsugiri. Grass.
Meowscarada, Ogerpon.
This is going to be a weird choice to some people, I think. Bramblegast.
Oh, really?
I honestly like it.
Really like your grass ghost types.
Well, here's the thing about Bramblegast. First off, it has Wind Rider, which, if I'm remembering right, let me double check. Yeah, it basically removes its weakness to flying types. And it has 115 physical attack with pretty good speed. So it can do some good stuff.
I didn't realize it was a physical attacker.
Yeah.
Got some
Electric.
good ones here. You got Iron Hands, Kilowattrel, Miraidon.
Palmot. Well, yeah, I'll go Palmot. I just like how it looks. Ice. I like the cat. Fighting, Great Tusk. Poison. I like the car. Give me the car.
Room pretty good.
Ground. Actually, I might do Great Tusk here, and then for fighting, Annihilate. Flying, Kilowattrel, Psychic. Another kind of odd choice, Rabska. I like Armourouge more, but I already did Armourouge for fire, and there's not really
Unless there's another fire type you want to use.
Actually,
Like, you got...
you know what? Paldean Tauros there, and Armourouge here. Yeah, Demon Lord, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like the Gen 9 starters for various reasons depending on the starter, but overall, I don't like that they're all kind of overpowered. They're too strong for my liking. Bug type, I'm gonna go for Rapska. Rock type, Garganackle. Ghost type.
You got Cerulege, you got Goldango.
I'm gonna do Goldango. I like it. I might switch it once I get to Steel, but Dragon.
A lot of really good dragon types in the Paradoxes.
I really like how Walking Wave looks. Dark type.
He's my least favorite of those Paradoxes.
Dark type King Gambit. Ah, here we go. Steel type Tinkaton.
Unless you want to use her for Fairy.
For
There's
Fairy,
a lot
I'm
of good
gonna
Fairy types too.
Fairy, I'm gonna choose Fluttermane. For starter, I like Sprigatito. It's the cat.
Variant forms.
Paldean Tauros, fire form. And then legendary, Ogerpon. And then overall favorite out of all of these, I think Great Tusk.
All right, Gen 9 is legitimately one of the hardest to choose from. There's a lot of good ones.
Yep. All right, Rhino, it's your turn. Norm.
Alrighty, let me scroll over.
You want
Alright.
Dunsparce or Dunsparce?
Actually, I want Terapagos Turtle Mode. Not World Turtle Mode, just Turtle Mode.
All right.
This is like one of the least cared about legendaries in some time, Terapagos.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like it, but it's fair. It's overall.
Its gimmick isn't a good one.
And it's also just kind of shoehorned into the plot. Fire.
Skeleturge.
Really? Okay. Water.
I like Skeleturge.
All right.
Walking Wake.
Yeah. Grass.
I like that it just went, what if it was a dinosaur?
Oh, that's what they all are.
Meowscarada. This was the gen that convinced me to start picking non-water starters.
Really? It took that long?
I didn't play Gen 8.
A lot of people didn't like that the cat walked on 2 legs.
Well, fucking get over it, people. Electric.
Kilowattrel.
I do like Kilowattrel a lot. Ice.
Iron Bundle. Because Delibird is back with a vengeance.
Fighting, sorry.
Annihilate. So angry, it died.
And then came back.
Still angry.
You got
Poison.
Revavroom, you got Clodsire.
I'm gonna go for Revavroom because fight a car.
I do like the way they did those Team Star boss fights. Ground.
Ursaluna Blood Moon. I like that they made it a special attacker.
Let me take a look here, because the problem is, like, it's the only way they really changed the moveset is they gave it, like, one, like, signature move, and, like, it's good, but it doesn't really make up for the fact that in every other way, it's built to be a physical attacker, and they kind of just threw that out.
I mean, let's see.
Because, like, okay, it can learn Moonblast, Earth Power, Snore, and Blood Moon before going into TMs. And in the TMs, Snarl, Focus Blast, Vacuum Wave, Mud Shot, Earth Power.
It can get Earth Power and Hyper Voice.
I think basically the best best setup you could do with this thing would be Earth Power, Blood Moon, Hyper Voice, and then, like, I don't know, a like Sword Stance maybe, and
Well, why would you Sword Stance a special attacker? Should it be Nasty Plot?
Yeah, Nasty Plot is what I meant, but still, yeah, you know what I mean. I wish it stayed a physical attacker, but whatever. Flying type.
Oh, good. I can continue.
Sorry.
Flamigo, because it entertains me that it's fighting type. It looks like a balloon animal, and it's a pun for a name that was staring you in the face.
Psychic.
For Psychic, let me see.
Do you want Veluza, the self-harm fish?
No, give me Armor Rouge, because Mega Man.
Okay,
Yep.
so apparently the most common Ursaluna Blood Moon was Blood Moon, Calm Mind, and then Coverage, which is pretty solid.
Yeah. I still feel like it's just better as a physical attacker, because you have a lot more options. Bug.
Alright, the floofy Volcarona.
Slitherwing.
Yeah, I like it because it's floofy.
Rock.
Do you want the worst Tyranitar?
No, I want the Minecraft.
Alright.
I keep thinking it's called Stack Attack, but I know that's the Ultra Beast.
It's Garganackle, unless you're talking about the middle form, which is Knackle Stack.
That is not what I was talking about. Anyways,
Ghost.
The Sword Armor Rouge.
Ceruledge.
Not Goldango, huh?
I want Armor Rouge and Sword Armor Rouge.
Because it's Mega Man and Proto Man.
Dragon.
I like the dragon types.
I like Hydrapple.
Yeah. Dark.
It's neat. King Gambit.
Yeah. Do you want to make this one shiny for Artorias?
Yes.
Artorias!
Woo!
Alright, Steel.
Goldango.
There we go. Do you want to make this one shiny?
That doesn't exist.
You can't even tell the difference.
Fairy.
Tinkaton.
Yay!
Go like this one shiny? Its hammer has blood now.
No, thank you.
Alright, starter.
Meowscarada.
Gimmick form or variant.
Fire Tauros. Because I'm happy they brought back a Gen 1 Pokemon with like a bunch of fun gimmicks to it.
Yeah, they gave it like alternate forms for its type, and they gave it a signature move. I like it. Legendary.
Ogerpon.
Yeah. Overall favorite.
Meowscarada.
Alright. Tim, it is your turn.
Okay. Normal type. Cyclizar.
Really?
Yeah, I like him.
Huh. Alright.
Okay, fire type. Gouging Fire.
Gouging Fire is pretty good. Water.
Let's go with Palafin Hero Mode.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ah, I am here to save the day. Grass type.
Grass. We'll go with regular Ogerpon.
All right. Electric.
Here,
Raging
step away
Bolt.
to take the puppers out.
Okay. Ice. A lot of ice types here.
Right. Have to double check. Qianpao.
Yeah, the cat. Fighting type.
Annihilate.
All right. Poison.
Revavroom.
Did we all? Yeah, we
Yes.
all picked Annihilate and Revavroom. Ground.
Great Tusk.
Yeah, Great Tusk. Flying.
Oh, there's so many options.
Do you want Squawkabilly? 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 Squawkabilly?
I guess Kilowattrel.
Yeah. Psychic.
Armarouge.
Armarouge is great. Bug.
Slitherwing.
I do like that it's just like, I'm a bug, and I'm a punch you. Rock.
Okay, Rock. Let's go Garganackle.
What are these guys' shinies like? You cannot wait.
They changed their eye color. That's it.
Jesus.
They could have made purple Armarouge and yellow and red Ceruledge, and they did.
Those are horrible shinies. Jesus. All right.
I don't know why Gen 9 shinies are so bad. Like Shiny Annihilate, you can barely see the difference too.
Yeah. Hang on. I don't think I've actually seen shiny Garganac. Okay, it looks brown at the very least. Ghost.
Let's go Ceruledge.
All right. Dragon.
This is a difficult one. I'm actually gonna go Archaludon.
Ah. All right. The bridge. Dark type.
Roaring Moon.
Pretty good, yeah. Yeah, steel type.
I'm gonna go King Gambit on this one.
Everyone likes King Gambit. Fairy type.
Tinkaton.
Yeah. Hammer Girl. Favorite starter.
Skeledirge. I like that it's the only one who's not standing. I'm tired of bipedal starters.
Favorite gimmick form.
Let's go with the Fire Tauros.
Alright, I think we all chose that then. Yeah. Alright. And favorite legendary.
Koraidon.
Koraidon?
Yep.
Alright, and overall favorite.
This one's pretty difficult, but I'm gonna go with Tinkaton.
Alright. We have
And
gone through all of those now.
Our favorite of every type across the gens.
Yep. Rhino's not back yet, but alright. I will start us off. Let me do a quick stat comparison between two of these. Uh, 135. Also 135. Yeah. Drampa. It has a lower BST than Porygon Z, but it's tankier, and most of its stat loss is from speed, which, it's slow, so be it. Fire. Let me take a look at Ghost first. Yeah, for here, I'm going to choose Chandelure for Fire. Also, I actually didn't put Chandelure in here, so Ghost, but alright.
Oh no, because you didn't make it your favorite ghost type.
Yeah, because I had other stuff to choose there. Kingler for water.
I like Kingler so much. It's just kind of there for me.
It's honestly like it. After the first 3 gens, it wasn't good because water was special, but like it has really high attack and physical defense, and speed is not horrible. Or its speed is like actually pretty pretty good overall. So it's just a really good kind of physical attacker.
Like, I think it's cool, but it's a bit too close to a regular crab for me.
I just like it.
Grass type.
I don't like that most of the Gen 1 shinies just make them green. Grass, for me, that'd be Executor. So, yeah. Electric. Again, I know it doesn't really get used because it's bad, but I really like Emolga. Ice. Glaceon. Fighting. Hitmonlee. Poison. I think for me, Poison, it's gonna be a Alolan Muck.
Jeez, Max, stop being such a Gen 1er.
Favorite ground type, definitely Great Tusk. Flying type, that would be Talonflame.
Psychic.
Armarouge. Bug type, that's gonna be a Scavalier. Rock type. This is where there's a lot of good ones.
I return.
Hey,
Okay, we're doing Max's favorite of each type now across the board.
Yeah, total favorite. So, favorite normal is Drampa, fire is Chandelure, water is Kingler, grass is Executor, electric is Emolga, ice is Glaceon, fighting is Hitmonlee, poison is Alolan Muck, ground is Great Tusk, flying is Talonflame, psychic is Armarouge, bug is a Scavalier, and doing rock now, that's gonna be, I think, right. Ghost. Misdreavus. Appearance-wise, it's my favorite.
Dragon.
Yeah, Dragon. This is gonna be Garchomp. Dark type. Sharpedo. Steel type. Actually thinking about it. Let's see. We'll quick switch here to... Trying to figure this out because, like, I feel like I would choose King Gambit for Steel, but... you know what? Actually, no. Copperajah. Still my pick for that. Fairy. That's gonna be Fluttermane. Favorite starter throughout all of them.
You only have one grass type in here.
I pretty much don't like the grass type starters usually.
Well, you said you're picking Chikorita next time.
Yeah? Swampert.
He's gonna pick Chikorita, look at his nature, and then replace it with, like, the rat.
Maybe the game won't have natures. The last Legends game didn't.
Favorite variant form. Mega Houndoom. Favorite legendary, Hoopa, even though it's mythical. And then overall favorite Pokemon, Chandelure.
Yep, okay, nothing crazy there.
Alright.
Now Rhino gets to decide his favorite Pokemon of each type.
Yep. Normal.
Eevee.
Fire.
Skeledirge.
Alright. Water.
Primarina.
Yep. Grass.
Meowscarada.
Alright, you like the starters. Electric.
Zapdos.
Bird. Ice.
Mamoswine.
Not bird. Fighting.
Annihilate.
Angry. Poison.
Galarian Wheezing.
Oh, hello, sir. Ground.
Blood Moon Ursaluna.
Roar! Flying.
Corviknight.
Psychic.
Gardevoir.
Sexy noises. Bug.
Quote it. Quote it.
All right. There. Sexy noises. Bug.
Cleavor.
Yeah. Rock.
Roly-Coly.
Really?
I like Roly-Coly.
I guess. I'm just kind of surprised you picked it out of all of these. It looks like the little brother. Ghost.
Ceruledge.
Alright. Dragon.
Hydrapple.
Dark.
King Gambit.
Steel.
Caesar.
Alright. Fairy.
Alcremie.
Alright. Starter.
Hammerina.
Gimmick form.
Eternatus Eternavex.
Legendary.
Ogerpon.
Favorite overall.
Hammerina.
Tachirisu. Okay. The other E1, okay. I was close. Alright. Tim.
A lot of Gen 9 for Rhino there.
Yeah.
It's one of the most recent, and I really liked a lot of what they did.
Yeah.
Favorite normal Snorlax.
Alright. Fire.
Fire. Infernape.
Oh, Demon Lord says it was abilities that didn't exist in the Legend Stars. Yes, nature's did.
Really? But you couldn't really check on them or affect them, could you?
I mostly remember because the nature mints also existed in the game to change the nature.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Right, okay.
Infernape for fire, you said?
Yep.
Okay. Water.
Let's go with Gyarados.
Classic. Grass.
Sceptile.
I just realized your grass choices for the first 4 generations were the starters.
There weren't many good other options.
There. Electric.
Zeraora.
Yep. Ice.
Mamoswine.
There. Fighting.
Annihilate.
Yeah, angry. Poison.
I'm gonna go with Drapion. I've always really liked its design.
Alright. Ground.
Gliscor.
Good. Flying.
Let's go with Skarmory.
Alright. Psychic.
Metagross.
Mega Metagross. Regular or Mega?
Regular.
Okay. Bug. You have all 3 of the Scyther line here.
Escavalier.
Yeah. Rock.
Tyrantrum.
Alright. Ghost.
Aegislash.
Dragon.
Salamence.
Alright. Dark.
Let's go with Urshifu.
Alright. I thought you would have gone Roaring Moon and then you just have Salamence. The cooler Salamence. Steel.
King Gambit.
Gambit is really good. Fairy.
Pinkaton.
Alright. Favorite starter.
Infernape.
Had a feeling. Favorite gimmick form.
Mega Sceptile.
Sceptile. Favorite legendary. Tosh Mythical.
Deoxys.
Oh! Okay, I thought you would have done Zeraora. And favorite
No, I
Pokemon,
like-
period.
Infernape.
Alright. I like switching between these and seeing that some entries on our thing just don't change.
All right, cool. Now I can go to the bathroom.
All right, and then we'll do the bottom half. When I say bottom half, the bottom portion. All right. Let's see. Well, I guess I can start mine. All right. Actually, maybe we should do these one at a time for each of us as we go through. I think that'd be interesting. All right, so let's see.
I didn't bother to do the team.
That's fair. Favorite regional bird? Wingull is considered a regional bird?
Yeah, why wouldn't it? I guess Gen 3 just has 2. It has Talo and Wingull.
Huh. What's this? Hang on.
Get it?
There you go.
Never mind. Alright, bad news, Max.
What?
I don't think I'm going to be putting the Baldur's Village into this mod pack for us. Because to be honest, it's fairly early on in development.
Okay.
So I like there to be more to it.
That's fine.
Also kind of bugs right now, and also it's not good at multiplayer. Sneaks it in one day when there's a dateable Karlach and just tells you it's an update to another mod.
Rhino, why are you suddenly, Rhino, why have you been waiting so long to, marry someone?
I was just making sure I picked the right one. There's a lot of options now. I'm not in a rush. Which is going to be true. There's so many people.
Yeah. Alright. Favorite regional bird? I'm gonna go Starly, because Staravia is really good. What is your favorite regional bird, Rhino?
Rookity!
Alright. We'll wait for him to get back to his favorite regional mammal. My favorite regional mammal is this cat that wants in my room. Hang on. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Very quick break.
Nope.
Alright. We'll keep going for now. And when he gets back, he can, do the things that we've done. Alright. Regional mammal. I don't really like any of them, usually. I guess Squavit, because Greedent is actually usable. Favorite regional bug. That's gonna be Grubbin, because it becomes Vikavolt. Favorite pseudo-legendary. The Megas are also here? Okay. Oh, wait. Sorry. Rhino, what is your favorite regional mammal? Do you still?
I thought you would... No, I'm gonna go Galarian Zigzagoon.
Alright. And favorite regional bug?
Grubbin.
Alright. Alright. Let's see. Favorite pseudo-legendary for me? Garchomp. How about you? Goodra?
Goodra.
Thought so. Favorite Pikachu clone? There's Pichu, Pikachu, Raichu, Pikachu, Plusle, Minun, Pachirisu, Emolga, Dene, Togedemaru, Mimikyu, Morpeko, Palmy, Palma, Pikachu, or Pikachu.
I like this new train we found. It makes an interesting sound.
Emolga. I really wish it was better, but just I just like Evolga. Alright, for you it's Pachirisu. Alright,
No.
okay, anyway. But what is it?
Alolan Raichu.
Fair enough. Alright, favorite evolution for me is Glaceon. For you?
Eevee.
Okay.
It's on there.
Yeah. Favorite fossil, that's Omastar for me still. And you?
I like Dracovish because it's weird, but it doesn't look like it's suffering.
That's fair. Favorite regional form. Alright, there's a lot of these. Golem. Yeah, I think just Alolan Golem. Wait. No, Alolan Muck. What's your favorite regional form, Rhino? Wheezing?
No. Galarian Articuno. Somehow that bitch became even more elegant.
And smug. Alright. Favorite Gigantamax? Do they not have a favorite Mega Evolution?
Nope.
What? That's stupid! Well, my favorite Mega Evolution is Houndoom, so whatever. Favorite Gigantamax. Paparaja. How about you, Rhino?
Eternamax. The hat.
Okay.
I like that it's a big hand.
Favorite baby for me is Pichu, again, Smash Bros. How about you, Rhino? What's your favorite baby?
Munchlax.
Eat. Favorite box legend? Kyogre, I think, for me. I still really like Sapphire. What about you?
I think I'm getting this right. Miraidon? Yeah, that's it.
Alright. Favorite mythical? Where is he? There, Hoopa. What about you?
Mew. I like the classic.
That's fair.
Plus Pokemon Snap.
Favorite Ultra Beast? That's gonna be Xurkitree for me. How about you?
Kartana.
Fair. Favorite Paradox? This one I actually don't know because it's a tie for me between Great Tusk and Fluttermane. I think I'm gonna go Great Tusk. What about you?
Walking Wake. Why don't we just make it a dinosaur?
That's fair.
Then they kept its two tails.
Favorite type? Ghost? What about you?
Honestly, for the longest time, I would have said water, but I think I'm just leaning fairy now.
Alright. Favorite Pokeball? I mean, the quick balls are very helpful and they match my color. I don't actually see Dusk Ball on here. Where is it?
It's between Premium and Love Ball.
Ah, there it is. I'm not right. It's green. Quick Ball. What about you?
Dusk Ball.
All right. Favorite Spinda?
Fuck that thing.
There are 8 spots that have a total of 17 options each.
No.
It really wants me to have one where the dots are on its face. Hey, do you like this one where the dots are all on top of its head?
I can't even see that, Max. It's a little funny.
Okay. Alright. Vivillon. Honestly, I like the very last one because it's just Pokeball colors. What's your favorite Vivillon, Rhino?
It's that the fourth one top row.
Alright. Favorite Alcremie. You can choose that, and then you get to choose the topping. Boop. What's yours?
Strawberry with clovers.
So that one?
So the pink one with green.
Alright. And favorite new evolution.
This one's a big list.
Yeah. Magnezone is like the first one I think of. Because I'm thinking like ones that like evolutions given to a Pokemon that needed an evolution. Yeah, Magnezone for me. How about you?
Annihilate. So angry it died.
Alright. I guess I'll put together a team while I wait. Lure. I'm gonna try to not just do all Ghost.
1 second. Remy lost his toy under a piece of furniture. Bad this music I know from Poker Rogue most of all.
Yeah, a lot of the music from today I mostly recognize from Poker Rogue. I think mostly because it used spin-off music.
I think that would be my team. Alright, Tim, we did the stuff on the bottom while waiting for you, so now it's your turn.
Oh.
Favorite regional bird?
Rookity.
Alright. Favorite regional mammal?
Alright, back.
I guess the pig. What's he called?
Lechonk.
Lechonk. Favorite regional bug?
That is
Lechirp.
what's the smallest version of Whirlipede and Scolipede called?
Venipede.
Venipede. That guy.
Favorite pseudo-legendary?
Salamence.
Alright. Favorite Pikachu clone? Pichu, Pikachu, Raichu, Pikachu?
Morpeko, because I actually tried something different with it.
Yeah. Favorite evolution? This is Umbreon, right?
Umbreon. I love Umbreon.
Favorite Foss? Jesus. They're letting their be known their thoughts on Umbreon. Favorite fossil?
Tyrantrum.
Alright. Favorite regional form?
Oh boy. Let's go with Hisui and Decidueye.
Favorite Gigantamax?
Gigantamax Centiscorch.
Alright. What's your favorite baby?
Riolu.
Alright. Favorite box legendary?
Ooh, okay. Let's go with Rayquaza.
Pretty good. Favorite mythical?
Zeraora. Oh, wait, no. Actually, Deoxys attack.
Okay. Favorite Ultra Beast?
Cortana.
Cortana's pretty good. Favorite Paradox Pokemon?
Ooh, now this one's a tough one. I'm gonna go with Raging Bolt.
The Giraffe?
Yes.
Favorite type?
Fighting.
Favorite Pokeball?
Dude, Ultra, I guess, because it's the one I always use.
Favorite Spinda?
Who cares?
Are you sure you don't want to pick of the 3 billion options?
There. There, he has a spot right in the middle of his forehead. Alright, favorite Vivillon?
Top middle, the one I want to say is purple.
Yep. Alright. Favorite Alcremie? You choose the color and then you choose the topping.
I like the bottom left one.
Alright. And
Strawberry is fine. I always like strawberry Alcremie.
alright. And favorite new evolution?
Annihilate.
So angry he died.
Special shout out to the name for Overquill.
Yeah, that is a pretty good one. Alright, I decided to do the team, but aside from that, we are done. We did it.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Now, how do I... Now, let me just, okay.
Definitely was some differences here than the one I did a year ago.
Download. Download. And download. I'll probably link these in the description of the VOD. If people want to see the full thing. Unless you guys want to, like, put together the team, but...
Nah.
Yeah. I just did it as, like, something to do, while waiting for Tim, so... I ended up with Chandelure, Great Tusk, Drampa, Escavalier, Executor, Sharpedo. And I think that's a pretty good overall one. Like, there are definitely some Pokemon that I would, like, swap out for, depending on the situation. But overall, I think that's the most well-rounded.
Yeah, you don't have any type overlap.
Yeah. No type overlap. I have, Chandelure's, like, a special sweeper. Great Tusk is tank and physical. Escavalier is huge damage.
Yeah. You have two guys weak to fire, but you have 3 who resist it.
Yeah, Executor and Drampa are both coverage, and Sharpedo is speed. Alright. I like doing these, like, kind of chill one-off things where I boot up like a tier list or something like that. I would just do that for a stream, like when me and Rhino named all the Pokemon. I specifically made sure Rhino was the one to type in Pachirisu. Alright. So that's gonna end this stream off. I wasn't really sure about doing Detroit Become Human today because I don't know if I trust stuff. I don't know if I trust my computer to not overheat yet. So
It's weird because we got through the other stuff fun, but like you said, it is getting a little warmer where you are.
Yeah. Tomorrow, me and Rhino are going to, I was about to say finish up. We're not finishing up. We're almost definitely not finishing up. We're continuing Split Fiction. Which I'm excited for.
Alright. Do we have a session on Sunday? I forget.
We do not. Something came up on Jero's head, so he's not going to be there. So, as of now, we're doing our best to lock in having a session on the 30th and then on the 6th. So 2 back-to-back sessions that will hopefully wrap up the arc.
Okay.
Alright. That's gonna end that. See you all next time. And always remember, Magnezone and Manectric are not the same Pokemon. Rhino.